Hello, hello, hello. What's up tonight, everyone? Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. What is up, Benny Mom, Bobby Boucher, Jaguar, ATM, Zelda, Zach? Hey, welcome. How's the job search, Zach? Jay Zoller, of course. The Great Magic, King of Carrot Flowers, Destructor X, Chris, Zurus, Pakira, Zip Zion, Destructor, again, I think, Paladin, Elisamiya, Worldbreaker. How's everyone doing tonight? So tonight, we're playing Fair Magic, the fairest of magic, at least to start off with. The Just Great Magic, 1 year resub. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead and plug your YouTube channel. That's fine. Don't spam it, but if you want to plug it, that is perfectly fine. Chris, for the 30-second month, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. So I saw this deck, and I saw Siege Rhinos, and yes, it has Yarion to blink Siege Rhinos, but it's like Siege Rhino, and we're gonna Resto our Siege Rhino, and maybe Flicker Wisp our Siege Rhino, and if we don't have Siege Rhino, we can Flicker Wisp a Blade Splicer to make a Golem. It is as fair can be, and it made me a little nostalgic, honestly. Thinking back to the old days of Standard, where a few years ago, it was Siege Rhino that everyone complained about. This was the card, and it looks so quaint now. This 4-drop, it's a 4/5, it's got trample, it's okay. I mean, lightning helixes when it comes into play, or whatever, drain lives, whatever you want to call it. But now we have Winota that comes down and just steals all your lands on turn 4 or whatever. It's so quaint that it wasn't that long ago that everyone was like, Siege Rhino, is that too good? So, Hole in the Rubber, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. How do we not die to anything by turn 4? I have no answer for that, Jay Zoller. Siege Rhino, we're just trusting in the Rhino. We're trusting in the Siege Rhino, in the power of fair magic, in a world where everyone's doing unfair things, comboing off, doing just the most busted stuff imaginable. We're casting Siege Rhinos and attacking with them, and maybe blinking them so we can attack with them again. I didn't actually build this deck. This is the deck someone 5-0'd with. A Panharmonicon could be fine in it, although that's even more fair to some extent. But it could be fun. But we're putting our trust in the fairness tonight. It is. Do I even have a Panharmonicon in my collection? Oh man, this is gonna be. I almost think I don't. It's gonna be embarrassing. Oh, I do. All right, maybe I'll put in one. Maybe I'll put in a Panharmonicon by popular demand from the chat. I mean, please swap your Sunfiddle Groves to Temple Gardens. We have. We don't want to take that damage. We can't afford that 2 life if we got to play untapped. Oh, let me see Affinity. I will also say, and then we'll do reminders to talk about this deck. How was everyone tonight? I was so close. Let me show you what I was working on today. It's a standard deck, so I don't actually have the cards on Arena, but this is what I was working on, and we will play this deck, and it is going to be sweet, but I think there's a really janky Infinite Turret combo in Standard. I was thinking about this, and someone mentioned something about the idea of it on Twitter, so I started trying to put it together, but Vadrock, you have... This deck is so janky. Vadrock, you have Chance for Glory, which gives you an extra turn and makes your creatures indestructible. Vadrock recasts 3 mana stuff from the graveyard. And then you have Tail's End to stifle the trigger so you don't lose the game. And the last piece of the puzzle is Lord Rockus. Lord Rockus gets back an instant or sorcery, and it mutates so it can trigger our Vadrock to recast our Chance for Glory. So basically, the idea is, and it's so janky, but I almost think it can work. It's so janky, but basically, the idea is you can mutate Lord Rockus onto Vadrock. Vadrock can recast the Chance for Glory. Plus, we make our mutate pile indestructible, which is nice. But we recast the Chance for Glory to get extra turn. Lord Rockus gets back to Tail's End, so that on our end step, we can stifle the chance for Glory Trigger and not die. During our extra turn, we can mutate a Parcel Beast, a Lord Rockus, whatever cheap mutator, onto the pile, even another Vadrock, do it again, do it again, do it again, take infinite turns in Standard, and it's really janky, but we're definitely gonna play it at some point. But tonight it's Siege Rhino night. But I've been excited about that because I've been working on it this afternoon. But I've been losing every match I played with it, so I've comboed a couple of times, but I feel like I got to tune it a little bit more before we actually play it. The only problem with, I do have one Repudiate Replicator I have at various times. The problem is, because it's a split card, it's not 3 mana for Vadrock, so you can't flash it back. You can still get it back with Lord Rockus, though, so it's still an option, but not as good as Tails Eds. Hey, what's up, Telemiki? How are you? Good to see you this evening. So anyway, tonight, though, that's for next time. We're working on it for the future. We will be playing it. Tonight, we're Rhinoing. We're going fair. We're looking back to the golden age of Standard, when Siege Rhinos ruled the land and just stomped all over everyone, blinking it with Yarion. We can't be fully fair. We are playing 80 cards in a companion. I mean, it is 2020. Even if we're nostalgic, I mean, you gotta live in the times, so that's what we're doing tonight. But first, reminders. Yeah, I think Charming Prince could be good. I don't know. So this is a list of someone 5-0'd with. I have not really made any changes to it, although I probably will add a Panharmonicon because it'll be fun, even though it's very clearly probably not optimal, but it will be sweet to have it. And think of all the cards we can draw, and I do like drawing cards, so we will add a Panharmonicon. I think Charming Prince is worth considering, though. Hey, what's up, Danny? How are you? Hello from the US. So, reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, last night. Oh, what do you think of the Escape Protocol deck? Do I sound weird? Hopefully I don't sound weird. Does anyone else think I sound weird? So we played some Budget Magic Escape Protocol log. So people actually got mad about that deck. Some people do not like prison decks. So some people are actually angry. I think it's actually a pretty sweet. Sweet budget deck though. And the non-budget deck I think could be even better because you actually get removal. But yeah. So that deck is pretty sweet. Tonight there's some Crim video. Tomorrow, very unique special episode of Against the Odds. Doing something a little bit different. And then the poll will be back next week. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, and maybe you need some Magic the Gathering cards. You know where you can get them? Over at cardkingdom.com. They got Ikoria up for sale, all the other stuff as well. You could even get a free Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they will hook you up. So thank you to Card Kingdom. Otherwise, Discord, new and improved merch page. You got tokens, t-shirts, playmats, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. 1 year resub. Avian, welcome back. Thank you for hanging out for a whole year. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscribers. So our deck tonight that we're starting with, Abzan, Rhino Blink, basically the fairest deck I can imagine in Modern. We do have Yarion as our commander, works well with blinking. What are we trying to do with this deck? We're doing very fair things. We're casting some mana dorks on turn 1, using those to cast some walls that draw us cards, maybe on turn 2, hopefully getting up to Siege Rhino, maybe on turn 3 with the help of our ramp to drain our opponent a little bit, get a big body. Then we can Restoration Angel, blink Siege Rhino. We can Blade Splicer to make tokens, blink that. We can Flicker Wisp Siege Rhino. We can Yorion Siege Rhino. Just keep blinking it and draining our opponent. Eldritch Evolution holds everything together. Oath of Kaya gives us a removal that is blinkable by Yarion. And that's the deck. It's as fair can be. Literally as fair can be. We do have one sneaky Stonehorde Dignitary. In case we run into an aggro creature deck, we can just keep blinking that to make our opponent not attack for a bunch of turns in a row. Sideboard, we get a bit of interaction. Thought Seizes, Scavenging Ooze for the graveyard, Collector for artifacts, a million Ashioks for graveyards and fetch lands, a Knight of Autumn to do a little bit of everything, Gaddock Teague for combo decks, cryptic decks. We will add a Panharmonicon. I mean, I think that's what you want, right? We want a Panharmonicon. We do have Ephemerate for even more blinking, so that's the plan of the deck. What should we cut for Panharmonicon? I think that is the consensus of the chat, is if we're playing this deck, we gotta have a Panharmonicon in it. I'm a little worried about cutting Eldritch Evolution. Maybe we could go down, cut a Slicer. We have 34 creatures. Trim a wall, but walls draw cards, and I like drawing cards. We'll go down. Maybe Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness might actually be the worst card. Maybe something like that. Four restos is too much. But we're a fair deck. We need all of our restos. Just 181 cards. We could. We're not even playing Astrolabes. Like, other than the companion, you could have played this deck like years ago. This looks like a deck you could have played a long time ago. It's 30 lands. I mean, we're an 80 card deck, so 30 lands in an 80 card deck is actually kind of low, but we do have the mana dorks. But normally 24 lands is like 33 lands, I think, in an 80 card deck, the equivalent. So 80 cards, 81 cards, what's the difference? All right, you sold me. We'll add 2 Panharmonicons and play the 81 card special. 81 card double Panharmonicon. Fair Siege Rhino special. All right. Let's do it. Let's play some fair magic. So, how is everyone since yesterday? Hopefully everyone's had a good Monday evening, a good Tuesday during the day. I mean, more cards is better, right? Especially if those cards are Panharmonicons. Do you think you contributed to how much companions were explored by tournament brewers, or do you think companions would have quickly gone into top decks anyway? I think companions were broken. I mean, I guess I do feel glad that I happened to hit with these ones. Like, evaluating cards in spoiler season, it can be hit or miss. I have definitely had some misses. Jace Prodigy, I don't even want to remember the horrible things I said about that card, only to see it be like $100. So, but I do think that I was on top of it with the companions, especially Yarion. I think I was definitely one of the earlier adapters to Yarion being busted in older formats, and that one worked out well. But I've learned to not take credit and be humble when you happen to get things right, because next set I will probably get it brutally wrong. So unless you wanna take the heat when you are wrong, which is gonna happen a lot, try to stay humble when you get it right. Can't wait till companions are gone from the game like a bad memory. Whew, that's a Siege Rhino. All right, opponent's playing Abash. Yeah, sure. Abash away, my friend. Abash away. Is your companion a match for a Siege Rhino? I think not. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Yeah, alright. Probably gonna get Luca'd everywhere. You were off Risen Reef the worst. What did I say about Risen Reef? I actually don't remember what I said about Risen Reef. Did I say bad things about Risen Reef? The one I remember whiffing on the most by far was definitely Jace Prodigy. I know there's other ones. And then there's some cards that, like, everyone just kind of is off on, and they're way better. Like, I don't think anyone was like, oh my god, Arclight Phoenix is going to be great, and then, oh my god, Arclight Phoenix was great. Lurus Madness. Ooh, that sounds sweet, Benny. I mean, so Oko, in my defense, and I guess in everyone's defense in regards to Oko, no one knew what food was when they spoiled Oko. So we had no idea, like, how it even worked. So I think that was part of why people had no idea how good it was going to be. Because we didn't even know it had a mechanic that we didn't know what it did. They didn't even tell us what food did. Oko is more broken than companions. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oko, geez. Companions are so hard to compare to things because they just work in such a different way. Like the mechanic itself. Chef Irish, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Like, if Oko started in your hand every game, that would be the best card of all time. Move over Lurus. Actually, maybe not. Lurus might just be better than Oko. Even if Oko was a companion, I think... Even if Oko was a companion, Lurus probably is better in older formats. I believe Tomb of the Spirit Dragon might have been the one you were off on most. Yeah, my Spirit Dragon bet is definitely the one I lost the most money on. Although when I bought my 44 copies, it was like 25 cents. So I was out like $5 or something. I am like super. Okay. Do you want a prediction that you don't want to hear? I think that at least one of the Teferis from Core Set 2021, which we'll have spoilers of in like a week, I think that there's going to be a companion Core Set 2021. Either actually literally a Teferi, like how do you top companions? Like from Wizards perspective, they're like, oh, we're making this really unique mechanic, everyone's gonna love them, this is the most powerful thing we've done in a long time, companions. How can we top that at Core Set 2021? I know we can make a Planeswalker companion. You know what players will love, and the funniest part is, if it works out, it'll be the literal most tone deaf card of all time. Like what are the two things that Magic players probably hate more than anything in Magic right now? Companions and Teferis. So if there actually is a companion Teferi, oh my goodness. I really want it, just because I think it would be so ridiculously funny. I mean, I don't have any inside information, and like I said, I'm wrong as much as anyone. So this is. I mean, it's probably unlikely that happens, but I don't think it's impossible that happens. Stream mode achieved. I kind of hope it does, because it would just be so hilarious. Just like I want to read Twitter on the day when companion Teferi's revealed. I just want to see what people say about it. 1, 2. So opponent's gonna Abash. 1, 2, 3. Do we need to be worried about like Luca getting an Emrakul? Luca getting an Emrakul would be pretty bad for us. We can't just play a Prestige Rhino and trust that nothing horrible happens. That might be our best bet. Serious question, Combat. Is there a difference between creating broken cards and pushing power level too high? For example, Teferi, Fires, Companions, Wilderness Wreck all break rules in one way or another. On the other hand, Questing Beasts is push power level. No one complains about it being broken. I think there is. I think... there definitely is a difference. At least in how people... We're going to play Rhino. I mean, that's what we came here to do. Play fun, clean Magic. Please don't Emrakul us. That would be the fitting punishment for trying to play fair Magic. I mean... Ooh, Thragtusk would be sweet in this deck. And it is a little weird that we don't have Soul Herder. This feels like a Soul Herder style deck, but no Soul Herders. No blue mana at all. Rhino, number 1. Oh, please just... Okay, it's just Abash. That's fine. Abash ain't no thing. I was afraid of Luca. If it was Luca getting Emrakul, that's a thing. Oh, God. Never mind. Abash is a thing. Oh... Abash lets our opponent bolt our Rhino, and now we got not much going on. Oh, it would have been so good. 1. So we need to path this. 1, 2, 3. Flicker Wisp this. Doesn't actually kill anything. One, 2, 3. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Oath of Gaia. Oh, if we had this Rhino, the lives we would have gained. Godless Shrine untapped. Pass the turn. Shoot down half of a Kitchen Finks. Gain some life. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, opponent's Kraken. I don't know if we want to kill the bird. I think we kill part of the Kitchen Finks. I think that's better. I don't know what our opponent's going to do with all the mana they got with the bird anyway, so... Kill the Finks. It comes back. Pass the turn. We would like to just... we'll see. White Lotus! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Wait, what thought did I not finish? Oh, really? You can't hear the sounds? I can hear the sounds. I don't know why that oh, no. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash if I try to adjust the sound settings. You never know. All right, let me turn the sounds on and off if you're not hearing them. I don't know how this... I think the problem is I always have to like change my sound settings to like do the podcast and do Commander Clash, things with multiple people, and I think that like somehow messes with OBS. Opponent goes to combat. Attacks. So I think let's block here, and then just Ephemerate Flicker Wisp. Blink Oath of Gaia. Take 4. Oh, okay, just the birds. We're fine with the birds. That is, last card? Come on, show us one more birds. Pillage. Yeah, alright. Huh, I don't know what our opponent's doing, but they have a pillage. Well, we'll kill the Kitchen Finks. Now we need lands, I guess. Yeah, we should have played the birds if they're going to blow up our land. Well, now we get to Ephemerate Flicker Wisp. Blinking Oath of Gaia repeatedly is pretty good. Hey, what's up, Smats? How are you? Good to see you this fine evening. We draw land. Well, play birds. Play a plains. Pass the turn. Kill, promo birds. Can't let you keep your promo art. About it. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you today? Come on, no Lucas. Wow, opponent's just firing off them pillages. All right. Opponent. Well, I think we get rid of the Abash. If we get rid of this birds, then Luca doesn't do a whole lot, honestly. Rhino. Ooh, Resto. All right. Yarion. Actually, first we attack. Hit our opponent with Flicker Wisp. Perhaps. I'm doing well, moderately not a mouse, MTG. How are you doing today? Opponent takes it. Yeah, this is the Abash Luca deck, looking to Abash and Emrakul. Well, now we get to Yarion. I guess our opponent's going to have the birds for one more turn, unfortunately. Well, blink. Well, alright, don't draw. Please don't draw. Okay, so, this does work. That's right. Wow, this is so good. Oath of Kai is insane. We get the, wow. We've gained like 12 life. Man, I've gained a whole new respect for, for Oath of Gaia here. It is going off. Literally off. That's so many Oath of Gaias. Why don't Yorion Resto again? I feel like getting rid of the birds is important. The easiest way we lose there is our opponent draws Luca and just Luca's into an Emrakul, and then we can still lose. How does everyone feel with the constant ramping up of power level cards these days? I'm not a fan. Why no flicker the Yarion again? We might have that might have been a punt there. Pablo. Yep, that was actually very impressive. Just blinking the Lightning Helix on repeat was really good. Well, Lavinia feels good against the Mana Dorks. Doesn't stop Emrakul, though. So Lavinia in. Do we have anything else that's good? Maybe Thought Seizes, perhaps? Hey, thank you, Smaz, for the cheer. Oh, congratulations, Chris. Scoops cheer for passing this semester. How did everyone else do with their semester? Hopefully everyone got good grades despite the craziness. So if you're in college now, how hard was it to switch to online if you had to? Like, if we bring in Gaddick, we probably got to cut Panharmonicon, honestly. That sounds like the kind of non-bow that will get us. Stonehorn Dignitary, that is a way we can beat an Emrakul. Let's go down to 1 Panharmonicon and go down 1 wall. And no Thought Seizes. Let's keep it like that. We have a new donation from Day in Wildfire, $5 donation. Card Kingdom Fight ship by order. Work is giving us a 4-day weekend, and a new commander deck should be arriving soon. Ooh, that sounds excellent. Thank you so much for the donation, Doug. Sounds like everything's coming up, Doug. Finally, new commander decks, 4-day weekend. I mean, we had to add a Panharmonicon. There wasn't a Panharmonicon in the deck, so to make room for Panharmonicon, we just played 81 cards. It wasn't too hard to switch. It probably, yeah, I've heard mixed results. Some people are like, whatever, it's fine. Other people are like, I'm not going back this fall if it's still online. It probably depends on your major and your personality. High school senior Ben passed with grades for March 13th for like a month. Ooh. Well, does that mean you graduate this year? One large egg? That's exciting. Let's put Eldritch Evolution to the bottom. This hand, we got removal, but it's a smidge on the slow side, and even more so if our opponent has land destruction. Lily Bovine, welcome to the fishbowl, but no mana dork for our opponent. Thank you for your subscription. Big Soup Cheer. Bottom. Mono has not figured out the mulligan rule yet. I think this says that you put the card to the top. Vivian Monster Acolyte would be interesting here. Ooh. That would be... I actually like that idea. That would be super sweet. Is that an infinite loop with Yarian Resto Oath? It is, and kind of like a weird, slow way, but you can just like keep looping slowly, turn by turn, and drain the opponent out. Ugh. I'm afraid to crack our lands because of land destruction. If we crack them both and kill the bird... Rhino's back! Is it true that you get rare fruits blessed by an Amazonian priestess floated from... Amazon priestess floated from South America? It is not brew, dude. I don't even know. What is the rarest fruit you could eat? Like, I do like fruit. I'm not a vegetable fan. I'm not a vegetable fan at all. I actually like fruit. I like fruit a lot, but I don't like vegetables. But what is some fruit that I probably haven't tried that or that hasn't? Yeah, I know. Yes, I really do get Amazonian priestess to bless my fruit that I have flown in. You got me. Photo's gonna stop. Sure. Ooh. That looks sweet, kind of vampire madness, Penny. I like it. Oh, I wish you could blow up that land. It would be so good. Well, crack this. I think we are going to shock ourselves and kill the birds. Overgrow 2 untapped. Boom. 17. Crack this. Temple Garden. Untapped. 14. Who needs life? Kill the birds. Land, please. Alright. That works. Oath of Kaya. Take down Crushy Crusherton. Gain back our life. And opponent doesn't have much going on. Board is clean. Abash is a thing, but please don't blow up our lands. We still are really mana tight. Fruits of Tezzerus is not good fruit. That is true. I learned that from Magic. You would be surprised. So, okay. Well, thankfully we got a basic plane, so we're not just straight up dead. Oh, boy. Well, that's something to be aware of. Land? Oh, in a swamp! Alright, well, we're definitely not dead. Yes! Oh, that worked out. Oath of Gaia. Kill the Magus of the Moo. Fast the Turd. And now we just need a creature or two. We're not that far away from starting the loop. I mean, we could have pathed it anyway, but it was still a decent draw. If our opponent Abashes, we will path Abash. And not looking great for our opponent here. Yeah. You also die. Yeah, opponent got rid of their own Utopia Sprawl in the process, and things are looking great. Now, we might be able to just get this Oath of Kaya loop set up. We untap. Another land. We'll play the land. Play Flicker Wisp. Flicker Oath of Kaya. So this is like a fair combo deck. Now that we have Yariad, we have this loop where we can just drain people out of the game with Oath of Kaya and Siege Rhino. It's actually pretty sweet. It's less fair than I thought. Favorite card from Ikoria? I really like Mutate. Mutate is really growing on me. I don't know if that counts as a favorite card because it's a mechanic, but the whole Mutate mechanic has really grown on me lately. And I think it's going to see more play constructed. Like, it's not Companions. It's not going to, like, dominate the tournament scene or whatever. But I do think that it is better than people realized. I think it's just tricky. And it's taking people a while to figure out how to build around it. But I do think that the Mutate cards are really good. And I really like the mechanic. I think it's really interesting, in my opinion, with Ikoria. You can see Wizards push really hard for innovation. And in one mechanic, it worked out awesomely. Like, I think Mutate is innovative, and it's really fun, and it's unique, and it's, like, pretty powerful, more powerful than people are realizing. On the other hand, they did the same thing with Companions, as opponent scooping it up. Can't beat the loop. Opponent did the same thing, or Wizards did the same thing with Companions. And Companions kinda were innovative, but a little overpowered, not exactly the health level that we were hoping for. Oh, and Arresto. Okay, well, get in with Yarion, hit you to 10, and the loop is on, and I think the game is just over. Oh, this is so sweet. We get back Flicker Wisp. We get to burn our opponent. We get to blink Yariad. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Master Piku, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Problem with Mutate is, why should I spend all my resources building a sweet creature for my opponent to steal it on turn 5 with Agent? I mean, you could say the same thing about lands, though. Like, why bother making my land drops when, when my opponent's just going to steal them on turn 4 or turn 5 with Agent? I don't think that's necessarily a Mutate issue as much as an issue with everything else. Whew, that was really sweet. So Jim's idea, well, we have a new donation. A new donation from, and a win, first win of the night. McIntyre, $5 donation. Just had it confirmed my Crohn's disease is in remission. Thanks for years of content during the times when I was flaring and I was stuck at home. Made the sick days much easier to handle. Well, McIntyre, congratulations. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for the donation as well, but that is amazing news. Thank you for the kind words in the donation. I'm glad you're in remission and heading in the right direction. Got a 15-minute break from a day full of meetings. It's going well, David. How are you? Good to see you for a minute. So Jim's idea was just starting with one less card in hand, right? I think. Unless there's a different one. Gethma, first time sub. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mutate's viability can go up if there's a lot of hexproof creatures in the next set. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, hexproof is another miserable mechanic. I miss Shroud. Maybe I am the old man yelling at crowds. I'm like, give me Shroud, give me Siege Rhinos. Kids these days with their hexproof. What's up, Sasha? How are you? Yeah, did you see the mono white Luris deck? That mono white ultimatums. What? Oh, that is spicy. Celestial Dawn to turn all your all your stuff white so you can cast ultimatums in a mono white deck and dig those. That's a sweet idea. I think you could use more border posts in your mana base though for Nykthos. Always border posts in decks like that. That's actually a really cool idea though. I don't think I've ever played Celestial Dawn. GM's idea to start to one less card. What are your thoughts about Companion without banning them? I don't think they need to be banned in Standard. I think they'll rotate in Standard. So I've never really been in the, oh boy. All right, this is going to be interesting. When a very fair deck meets a fast combo deck, that's usually a bad news for the very fair deck without much interaction. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't think they need to be banned in Standard. In older formats, I think my preferred solution would be banning the cards from being played as companions. So you can still main deck them. Opponent getting back to land. So that would be one solution that I think could be reasonably effective. So companions are weird in the sense that if you fix them by making people start with one less card in hand, that would take away the card advantage aspect, but you still have the repetition where you're seeing them again and again and again, which is another part of what makes them, in my opinion, like such a just like not a good mechanic. So it fixes part of it. It would make them less powerful, but you would still be seeing Luras like over and over and over and over or whatever. So I don't know if that's enough of a fix for me, because I think the repetition issue is a part of why the mechanic is so disliked. Hey, what's up, Bucks? Oh boy, when I've talked to people have asked me about Standard, and if I think companions should be banned in Standard. My answer is typically, I think companions, other than maybe Yarion, like the Yarion Luca deck, is on the borderline of being too good. But whenever people ask me that about Standard, my answer is no. Like, I think they'll rotate. Like, companions, other than maybe Yarion, if it really is like 50% of the meta or something, that's not good. But they're fine in Standard. But fires, please, please, please ban fires. Teferi, like, I could see the argument for Teferi, although Teferi at least rotates in September, so we're only, after Core Set 2021 comes out, the next set will be the end of Teferi. So we're really not that far away from Teferi's life ending naturally, although we're getting a Teferi set for Core Set 2021, so fingers crossed Companion Teferi isn't too busted. But Fires does not rotate in September. Fires will be around until September 2021. So we still have like a lot of time with Fires in the format. Vox Attorney, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. I mean, Teferi's definitely super, super annoying and overpowered, and I don't think they would reprint Teferi again in its current state, in its current form if they knew how it was going to be. But I also think I think it's fine just to ride it out. Yeah, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, I guess we'll make him show us. Sure. Do you got enough mountains, opponent? No, we know we're getting Teferi set. That was half joking speculation that we were talking about earlier. I don't think it's impossible. Like, with everything that's been said about companions and like waiting to take action and get more data, and there's like this Morrow article where they had to edit out something that he was like spoiling about a future set. All right, so opponent does very much have lethal. So there's like this Marrow article. If you add that all together, I think, and this isn't any sort of proof or anything, but I don't think it's impossible that there's a companion or two in a future set. And I think it would be hilarious if it was Teferi, just because that would combine together everyone's favorite planeswalker with everyone's favorite mechanic. So I'm kind of rooting for it. I'm kind of rooting for it just because I want to be on Magic's social media the day when that spoiler comes out. Maybe they'll give me that spoiler. Oh man, Wizards. If I'm blessed with a spoiler for M21 and there is companion Teferi, please give it to me. I just want to read the comments. I literally, I mean, I don't know. Would you really quit Magic? It would take a lot for me to quit Magic. I've been playing Magic for a long time now. Core Set 2021 spoilers. Earliest they would start, it hasn't been announced, but going by past sets, earliest would be not this coming Monday, but the next Monday, June 1st. The latest, I assume, would be the week after that, which would give us 2 weeks to spoil the set and then pre-release on the 26th. So we're about two and a half weeks away. If someone stole all of my cards, that might get me to quit or quit paper. Maybe I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would reinvest in thousands of dollars of paper decks if that happened. All right, opponent scape shifting. Do we have anything that's good against? Well, Ashiok's great. Gaddock Teague is reasonable. Timing out is bad. We're probably gonna have to go down Panharmonicons this game. I'm sorry, Panharmonicon. I still love you. Don't feel bad. Trim. Thoughtseize. Yeah, let's try it like that. We mostly need an Ashiok. Pan will be back. This is just not the matchup for Panharmonicon, unfortunately. Combo is not where Panharmonicon really shines. Panharmonicon's great at grinding with fair decks, but against combo decks that can just kill you on turn 4, that's the turn where we're like, oh, okay, we cast Panharmonicon, and our opponent's like, oh, Scapeshift, you're dead. Does not line up well. Oh, no. Ugh, 6 lands into 0 lands. The nightmare has arrived. I would be fine with a Companion Teferi if it costs 19 mana and gets countered. If it's entered the battlefield and wasn't cast with mana. How about... Yeah, we gotta keep mulliganing. Alright. Path to the bottom, Eldritch Evolution to the bottom. This actually isn't bad. We get to Thoughtseize, Wall of Omens, Ashiok. That could be enough. As far as 5-card hands go, this one is not bad. Thoughtseize you. Scapeshift, Search, Gross Bile, Veil. Alright, take Gross Spiral. The other two, if we just get the mana for Ashiok, the other two get fizzled, and our opponent gets absolutely wrecked. We just got to hit another Black Source. So, all right, let's actually go the other direction. We've been talking about stuff we don't like. Ooh, well, I think we still gotta do this. Draw black mana. Ugh, white mana. All right, well, this still does shut down Scapeshift, but we really want a Black Source to stop this Search for Tomorrow's next turn. That would be spectacular. So what would you like to see? So we know what Teferi set is. Black mana. Flicker Wisp. Veil of Summer. Our mana situation, not ideal. Well, let's Flicker Wisp. What would you like to see on Teferi? Because we know we're getting a Teferi theme set. Like, what would make you enjoy that? Like, what would be on a Teferi that would make you like it? I feel like, because I used to really like Teferi as a character and as a card. The problem is, ooh, they drew a Quaddle. The problem is, I can't cast that. The problem is we had Hero of Dominaria, which was very, very dominant in Standard. And then we had Time Raveler. So I feel like people are a little, like, burnt out on Teferis. And just, not only are they really good, but they don't necessarily have fun play patterns. I would love to see a fun Teferi, though. Like, maybe there's a way to have a fun Teferi. I mean, that is kind of the problem, is Teferi, his character is sort of, like, based around making people not do things and being unfun. Like, that's kind of what Teferi does, so maybe it's asking too much to hope for, like, a... like a fun, friendly Teferi. Yeah, I want Venser back. Venser Teferi would be great. Venser is still my favorite Planeswalker, or at least top 2, top 3. And it never comes back. Killing off the good characters and printing multiple Teferis a year. What a world, Wizards. What a world. Venser, yeah. Venser style Teferi would be awesome. I really love Venser. I hope they have to print a powerful Teferi, make it 6 mana. That's also not a bad technique. We have really powerful planeswalkers at 6 mana. Like, Liliana's very strong, Chandra's very strong, but at 6 mana, there's naturally a bit of safety. Although we'll see with the amount of ramp that's going on. Like, maybe not because because you could ramp so much, but that would be another way to make it a little safer. Ooh, 5-color. We need a 5-color black border planeswalker. I would be down with that. I think that would be very cool. I'm surprised I haven't yet, honestly. I also think we're going to see some commander rule changes this year. Hopefully. Boy, I wish we could cast cards. Casting cards would be spectacular. Well, on the Mulda 5, sometimes your mana's not optimal, I will say. Well, we're going to get with Flicker Wisp. We can't just sit back here and wait for our opponent to draw a bolt and kill us. Like, we gotta do something. They could also just Primeval Titan or many bad things us. Oh, our hand is so good if we could cast our cards. Suspend. I need to do a video about the Storm Scale. How many of you, show of hands, how many of you are actually familiar with the Storm Scale and the concept of the Storm Scale? Because I guess if it's something that y'all already know about, then it makes it a little bit less interesting to do a video on it. It seems like most people are pretty familiar. Maybe it would still be interesting. But I think the Suspend, I believe, is fairly high on the Storm Scale. So I think it's unlikely. Well, would you watch a video about the Storm Scale and mechanics that are unlikely and likely to return? I think it's a really interesting topic. it might be the companion scale in the future. that seems possible. We'll get another Overgrowth Tomb. Hit our opponent. Opponent's looking cryptic-y. So Gaddock is protection. We know there's a Veil. Veil and Scapeshift. Yeah, I mean, our opponent doesn't have Cryptic mana, so I think we gotta go for it. Ashiok. We're not gonna activate it, we just wanna have it sit out. Alright, resolves. Pass the turn. So now we have 2 cards protecting us from the Scapeshift kill. I'm gonna have to do that. I was working on today a Brewer's Minute. I'm working on more, I mean, I'm still doing all the gameplay videos, but I've been working on more, like, talking videos. You should do an article series on magic memes throughout time. Ooh, that could be a fun video. I want to do a magic deck name video. I did a couple of, like, name game episodes about one specific deck. Maybe I'll do more of those, too, because I think that's interesting. If you could be any legendary creature, what would you be? Ooh, What would be the best legendary creature to be? That's a really good question. And I don't have a really good answer. Yarok? That's just my favorite commander though. I'm trying to think of a legend that has a really good beard. I think the beard level also plays into it. That is another important part of this. Go to combat, attack. Still got to leave back Gaddock, I think. Opponent takes it. Well, we will Rhino. Resolves. Okay. Please don't kill us. Veil. Just drawing. That's fine. Sure. Untaps. Score one for the good guys. The fair decks. Uncle Istvan seems like it should be a legend, but it's... Ooh. Alright. One layer of protection down. Sanctuary. Grow Spiral. Wow. Oh my goodness, those were the perfect draws and we're dead. Well, that's brutal. Well, sometimes your opponent's 80 card deck has the right 2 cards on top. Ay, 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 ay. It is more frustrating when your opponent's 80 card deck, top decks, I think, than their 60 card deck. Even though the math isn't that different, it feels like it should be much harder. Even though it actually isn't. It just feels like it should be. What is the name of the mono green legendary avatar that can change lands into forests? Kamal? Is it Kamal? Maybe? Hey, thank you, Idiot Pancake. What kind of commander changes do you think are coming? Well, we know Mark Rosewater, has talked about changes that he thought might be coming. And then we know that, maybe it's Gaia's Leash you're thinking of. And then maybe it's, and then we know that Commander Legends is coming this fall. I think that we're going to see, I think that we'll see Hybrid fixed. I do. I really think that we'll see Hybrid fixed. So Hybrid works properly. And I still think we're going to see Planeswalkers be made legal as commanders. Whether or not, I think that's a little bit more of a long shot, but I really think that that's going to happen. It's hard for me to imagine. Wizards wants to make money off Commander. They're focusing on Commander. Wizards also loves Planeswalkers and prints tons of Planeswalkers, and they're like the centerpiece of Magic these days. It's crazy to me that it hasn't happened yet, honestly, from Wizards' perspective. And I actually think it'd be pretty fine from gameplay perspective. Like, you'd probably have to ban, like, doubling season. But apart from that, I don't think Planeswalkers would really mess up the format to a great extent. I mean, I think when it comes down to it, I think Wizards has the final say. That is my guess. Because when it comes down to it, if Wizards wanted to, Wizards could be like, oh, well, oh, no. Oh, we really needed this Birds of Paradise to stay in hand. If Wizards wanted to, they could be like, oh, well, we control it now, and this is what we're going to do. Things have been rough lately, but your videos and streams help out a lot. Oh, well, PC Gidoli, I'm glad it's helpful in some small way, and hopefully, keep your head up. Hopefully things will get better. It's been a crazy time for the world at large, for sure. But I'm glad it's slightly helpful. Opponent says, big fan of your content. What would you think? Would you be happy or sad if Planeswalkers were commanders? Talio, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, with that, do you think that would make you mad? Do you think it'd make the format worse? Big fan of my steamed ham recipe. I mean, I am from upstate New York. It's a Utica dialect. Am I getting the quote right? I think it was Utica. We might regret getting black mana. We'll see. Yeah, all right. Definitely regretting getting the black mana, but that's okay. That's okay. White mana's right around the corner. Maybe we should have just fired off a wall and trusted the wall was going to get us mana. But the wall doesn't stop Delver, and it doesn't stop Luris. And it doesn't stop Luris from getting Delver. Albany. Wasn't Utica part of it? No? Was Utica not involved at all? I'll kill the Delver. Come on, white Bobble to go with Luris. Alright. Alright, white mana. White mana. Give us a white source deck. Alright, Chalmers is from Utica. That makes sense. Here comes Luris. Bobble. Draw a card. Do it again. Draw a card. Well, either we draw a white source or we lose because there's a Luris. And we got to draw out this turd and have there not be a force of negation. White mana? That is a white source. Well, all right. Please no force of negation. Well, okay. So that's game. We tried. We were close. Yeah, those were some good top decks, Lords, for sure. Was hoping that having 2 layers of protection was enough, but yeah, so Loris is one of those cards where if you can't deal with it immediately, it just runs away with the game. Delver returns. So what? So far it's like a 4 for 1, 5 for 1 incoming. Even if we find a way to kill it. Sprite Dragon post combat. Interesting sequencing. I don't think we can afford to play Panharmonicon. We need an answer to the Luris that's drawing infinite cards. Well, none of those kill a Luris. Well, pass the turn. A 249 card standard deck that someone has taken from standard to mythic? I did not see that tweet, Jay Zoller. I'm going to have to go back and look for it. Hey! Alright, so Luris casts a Bobble, triggers Sprite Dragon to grow it permanently, cracks it to draw a card. Well, Delver with Luris seems good. I mean, I guess anything with Luris is good. But yeah, I mean, if you can't answer Luris immediately and your opponent has anything that synergizes with it, the game just ends. Like, our Abrupt Decay did nothing because they got back Delver. Our opponent's drawing a bunch of extra cards every turn. Like, that is the exact play pattern of Luris. And making it more enjoyable, it happens every game because it starts with the Companion Zone. Yeah, so opponent gets their free bonus card. We'll play Noble Hierarch. We will Flicker Wisp. Blink a wall, pray for a path or something, and then it doesn't get countered. Luris Allies. I mean, Luris Allies probably would be fine. You throw in Mishra's Bobble and you'd be good to go. Luris Kobolds. Yeah, I think Flicker Whiz gets back. Wallowbit's Path. Wall of Blossoms. I mean, we're set up for a nice Yarion, but I just don't think it matters. These Delvers are going to flip, and that's a lot of damage. No flipping. Alright, no flip yet. But our opponent gets much card draw, so we'll see. I mean, we did play Zuberas with Luris. And we won a game. We won a match. We did win a match. We didn't actually build like bobbles or anything though. Opponent finds a fatal push. I think so. I think that Luris pretty clearly should have said its restriction should have been like Karuga pretty clearly, where rather than only affecting permanents, it definitely should have been all cards. Then at least it would be a bit of a cost. But as it is, it doesn't cost anything. Nothing real, at least. The opportunity cost is just ridiculously low. Well, Oath of Kaya. Do you have another counter? Even if they don't, this is up to a 4/4. We missed our window to deal with Allures, and now 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we needed our opponent not to have that forced negation. If we could have killed Allures the first turn it came into play, it would have been at least somewhat reasonable. But, well, now we pass and pray for no Delver flipping. I can't believe... Wow. How does it... Why does the opponent not have any cards? That's impressive. I mean, that is a lot of cards. That's definitely an interesting idea. No attacks. Yeah, we'll see. If the Delvers flip this turn, we're taking 10 and then we're dead to a bolt or anything. Alright, Delvers flip with a mana leak. Well, for having Allures on the battlefield for 4 turns, we made it a little close, but in the end, Fortnite, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. Is there any way out? Alright, so I guess all we can do is play Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. I don't even think this does it. We go to 1, we get a Swamp. We play Yarion. We can pay for the Mana Leak. Opponent has a hard counter. Alright, sure. Well, that is the Lures way. Here's a thought exercise. What kind of new original mechanic would you like to see in MTG? Jeez, that... I don't know if I can come up with a new original mechanic on the spot. I'm definitely not a game designer. I will say that a lot of the new original mechanics that we've seen lately have been really good. Like, if you just look at it, like, sort of mathematically, like, out of the number of mechanics that are made, how many of them have been good? I think from that perspective... a lot of the most recent sets have been really good. Like, I really love Mutate. I think that's a new and unique and really good mechanic. Adventure is another mechanic that I think is, like, new and unique and really good. Sagas are new-ish. I guess they started in Dominaria, but if that's new enough to count, like, Sagas are one of the coolest new mechanics. So I feel like we've gotten a lot of, like, Wizards has made a lot of really sweet new, innovative mechanics lately. So... Escape's fine. Like, I don't dislike Escape, but it doesn't actually strike me as, like, super innovative or unique. To me, it feels like another Delve or something. Like, I don't know. So I think it's a fine mechanic, but it doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel like particularly innovative compared to like sagas or mutate or something. But I do like it. Like I think it's a fine mechanic. I don't dislike it. That's one of the things that drive me crazy. Honestly, I don't know if we've talked about this before, but when people say, "Oh, you just hate all new things" and stuff like that, it drives me crazy because to me that feels like that's so untrue. I actually feel like I like most new things, but just because I don't like companions, to some people that comes across as hating all new things. They're like, no, I like, if you look at all the mechanics from recent sets, I actually love a really high percentage of them. I just think that companion was like a huge mistake. Yeah, Amass I feel like was not powerful enough. Amass just like it never really saw play. Which a mechanic, I guess, doesn't necessarily have to be top tier constructed worthy to be good. But I feel like Amass was a little bit too underpowered, oddly. Which is funny because mostly we talk about overpowered mechanics, but I feel like Amass is like an interesting mechanic, but it wasn't pushed enough to really do anything, and it is really bad against like Teferi. That's true. Enter the Gods of Turtles saw play, but that was yeah. I mean, I guess that counts. It isn't a mass card, but we never got to see like, oh, was it widespread brutality or any of the stuff like that? Any of like. Or the Bitter Blossom. Remember when everyone was like, "Oh, Dreadhorde Invasion! It's a new Bitter Blossom!" Like, in hindsight, in hindsight, how far do you get with finding the worst mechanics on Twitter? Actually, I asked people what they thought their best mechanic was on Twitter, or their favorite, and I was amazed how many different answers there were. When you ask people the worst, this is one thing I learned from that. When you ask people the worst mechanic, you get the same, for the most part, handful of mechanics. Like most people have solidified around Phyrexian Mana Storm, Dredge, maybe Affinity, Companions, depending on your take on Companions. And then there's some like more oddball ones, Anti, or some of those really old ones. Some people did mention banding, but it mostly comes down to like a handful of mechanics that people will name as the worst, pretty much across the board. But when you ask best mechanic, it's just a list of every mechanic because everyone likes something different. You have everything from like vanilla mechanics like flying that have been in the game forever to random mechanics that I personally had kind of like forgot were things in like random sets that just certain people happen to really enjoy. So you get a list of like 100 mechanics if you ask what people think the best mechanic is. But if you ask worst mechanic, it's like 5 to 10 that pretty much everyone says. Cycling would be my pick. I think for best mechanic. I've still been thinking about doing a best mechanic video as a follow up to the companion worst mechanic video, but it's tough. It is without having anything that's concrete to look at, like things that have been banned or anything like that. It's very very difficult to make a list like that. Goad, really? That's a dark horse. I will say I think Monarch. If the list was based on Commander, Monarch would be my number one by far. I think Monarch is so sweet in multiplayer. Opponent going to flip with a drown in the lock. Well, we're gonna lose to Luris again. I guess that's just the way of the world. So we have to spend our path to get rid of a Delver, else we're taking 1,000,000 in the air. But this means our opponent's going to get to Luris, and then Luris is going to do Luris-y things and draw 1,000,000 cards. And then we're going to cry. Opponent combat gets and hits us. Down to 16. Serum Visions? Sure. What is the most overpowered mechanic? Companion. I actually think I'm not really even being hyperbolic. While I wish it was further in the future so we'd have more history to point to and know the end of the story, so there's probably some amount of recency bias. I really think that Companion is, at very least, in the very small group, along with Phyrexia Mana is probably number 2. Um, yeah, those would what I would have at the top. Storm would also bear mentioning. Dredge, I think. Dredge is a weird one for me. I think the Dredge is obviously overpowered, but at the same time, individual Dredge cards are fine. So it's a little bit odd in that sense because Dredge cards are mostly overpowered when you have a whole bunch of Dredge cards. Storm, on the other hand, it only takes one Storm card. Wow, so many lands. Oh, that's not good. It only takes one Storm card for things to be really broken. Any one Dredge card is perfectly fine. But when you have like 5 Dredge cards together, that's when you end up with a broken deck. Yeah, Phyrexia Mana, to me, hits a lot of the same low points as Companion. Opponent's going to kill our stuff. We have drawn exclusively lands this game. This is not good. Oh, no. Good God. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 12? 12 out of 15. That's a lot of lands. I'm not even sure what we do. I mean, I guess we just cast Yarion, but I don't think there's a pathway out of this. I'm sure our opponent has another counter here. Or I expect they do. Yeah, counter number 2. So now opponent gets to get in with Delver and Luris. And we have lands, which are not very good at defending ourselves, unfortunately. About it. Witch's Cottage, I don't think is really good enough to see play in Modern. Normally we should have a handful of action. This is just mostly unfortunate running, I think. Like, it's pretty unlikely that you have 12 lands out of your deck out of 14 cards in a 30 land deck. So I think it's mostly just unfortunate running this game. Because we have a ton of card draw, and we have, like, even more card draw once... Oh, my goodness. We have even more card draw once we start blinking our card draw stuff, so... Just one of those things. Can't fight the magic gods. Modern with no ban list, with Companion still be in every game. Well, now our opponent knows. Nothing going on over here. Yes, they probably get even better, honestly. They were in basically every game in Legacy and Vintage, which is pretty comparable to Modern without a ban list. We'll see what Legacy and Vintage look like now that Luris is gone. That'll be an interesting test case, I think, but I think the things that get immediately better, good God. Us is unlikely. Well, here we go. This is probably worth pulling out the calculator, but I think I will restrain myself. Hey, what's up, James Bullis? How are you? Opponent going to Delver us to death in Landtown. Sure. Down to 4. Passes. Leave you up counters. Okay. I don't think I can restrain myself any longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's so many lands! That's so many lands! It's gotta be like 1 in a billion. It's gotta be closing in on one of those games. It does feel like a Mo-Mir deck. You're right. We have non-basics, but still. Well, I mean, if you don't count the fetches though, then you can't count the number of cards in the deck the same either, because those fetches removed a land from the deck. So if you subtract both, you would say 11 cards out of what, 15? Or I guess we're playing 81, so 11 out of 16 if you don't count fetches in any way. Down to 1. And Mishra's Bauble to go with everyone's favorite companion. Opponents get to draw a card, take a peek. It's only a 30 land deck, 30 land 80 card deck, so not a high number. Come on, give us one more. Well, all right. I mean, we'll cast it. I'm sure it ends brutally, but opponent force negation. Hi. So two in a thousand. All right. Well, good news is that won't happen again for another 500 games. We got that one out of our system, so we should be safe from that level of flood for like the next couple months of streaming. So that's good news. That's good news. Oh, Lurrus is so busted. I don't know why Wizards did not ban Lurrus in more formats. It is so Wizards, when they were talking about Lurrus and doing the ban announcement, they're like, oh, like, you know, we haven't actually really seen that it's good. We need more data for other formats. But I don't know. Like, I wonder if that's really the case. Like, how much more data do you really need on Lurrus? Like, Lurrus deck, Yarian deck, Abash deck, no companion, probably no companion. Lurrus deck. No companion, Lurrus deck. So basically, Primeval Titan decks are not companion decks for the most part. Humans, Jingatha deck. Storm isn't a companion deck. Lurrus deck. Mono Red Blitz just doing its own thing. No companion. I don't even know about Electro Balance. Probably no companion. Gotta have those force negations. So yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll reveal Yarion. Hey, good games, Tropic Blade. We drew a lot of lands. We drew many lands. Lurrus is only good if they have a graveyard. That's true, but at the same time, if you bring in like Leyline of the Void or Rest in Peace to shut down your opponent's Lurrus, you're still lose doing that. Like, your opponent. So you bring in Leyline of the Void to be like, haha, you're not going to be able to Lurrus. Your opponent still just gets a 2-for-1 just by the companion existing, because you're playing a card that doesn't do anything to stop a bonus card that is, oh no. Oh, well, maybe our plan to nostalgically play a fair deck was a bad one. This is more combos. Looks like a nauseum combo. The pizza stream is in the future, James. I do not know the date of it. It has kind of taken on a life of its own, and a bunch of people are working on all this programming stuff and whatnot. So it's still happening, but that stuff is in progress and taking a bit. So I don't know exactly when it'll be. Basically, when all of the stuff people are working on is done, we will schedule into it. Land go. No, we have Yarion. Yeah, there's not really any rush. We'll have the music stream in the very near future. That will most likely be before the pizza stream, but there isn't any real rush for the pizza stream. So it'll definitely happen, but there isn't any big rush to have it happen like this week or something. So we'll do it when it's ready, and it'll be super sweet. Oh, uh, it's the pizza stream. Someone wanted to do a charity pizza stream. They offered to donate to get pizza and then donate to a food bank. So it's kind of taken on a bit of a life of its own. So we're working towards, all right, ad nauseum, draws deck, wins the game, can't lose, flexing on life. Well, at least we're getting brutalized quickly. But yeah, so it'll be a charity pizza stream at some point. Can we listen to Rush during the pizza stream? I wish we could do music on stream. The issue is always just the copyright thing is the problem. That is the issue. So I don't know if that'll work. I wish we could. I love music, and I would have music all the time if there was not any copyright issues to be aware of. But we are going to do the viewer music stream very soon. Yeah, Ad Nauseum's still around. Charity Drive for Hunger, where viewers donate and vote on pizza toppings, combinations, and decks. That is a good way to put it. Yeah, Tanos is doing a lot of the work, and Zach and a couple of other people. So yeah, no rush at all. There's plenty of stuff going on, so we will get to the pizza stream when we get to the pizza stream, but it'll be sweet. Baron, oh Chanel Chanelnizy. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Marsh Flats, crack Marsh Flats. Grab a overgrown tomb. Thought sees you. This hand looks decent-ish. I'll take the nauseum. Go. Have you ever tried pickle? Ugh. Pickles on pizza? Really? No, this can't be a real thing. It can't be. Oh, Suzuki, did I miss you? Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Wait, it that can't be real. I know y'all try to convince me that pineapple on pizza is a real thing, which I know it's not, but I know it's like a meme, so I get it. Suzuki, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like magic. There is no real formats. There is no real pizza. Any way you mash your cards together, you're playing Magic. Any semi-edible thing you throw on your pizza, no matter how disgusting, makes a real pizza. I don't like pizza. No, I do like pizza. I don't like pickles in general. I'm just not a pickle person, I guess I would say. I'm not telling you because the pizza stream is built around voting on toppings for pizza that I apparently have to eat at least some of. I'm definitely not telling you what I like and do not like on pizza. That is one thing I've learned is Twitch will vote 100% of the time for whatever it is I say I don't like. I've seen that with decks. If I ever say, "Oh, don't make me play this deck," you can bet that we're playing this deck. So I'm keeping my mouth shut about pizza toppings until that stream's over, because I know it will go poorly for me if I don't. I know you, Twitch chat. I know you. I'm already dreading it a little bit. Like I think it'll be really fun, but I already know I'm gonna have to. I know I'm gonna have to eat something really disgusting. I mean, it's real pizza toppings, but stuff that lower tier pizza toppings. So, see, you're voting pepperoni and sausage. Oh well, thank you, David. If I hadn't already told you that I liked pepperoni and sausage on pizza, I was thinking that maybe I'd try to like reverse psychology you and act like I really hate pepperoni to get all of you to vote for pepperoni so I could get good pizza. But I ruined that because I already mentioned that I like pepperoni pizza. So the reverse psychology plan is off the table. Back to the drawing board. Well, crack this. Grab a... And we'll get a swamp. We will resto. Yeah, I would like to just hit like a... Well, we'll see. We'll see what we draw. We will blink the Mana Rock if we have to. But we have like Collector Roofs and Eldritch Evolution. So we could just... Oh, goody. Goody. That is perfect. Well, go to combat, get in, hit you. With a Restoration Angel. Eldritch. Actually, you know what? Maybe we wait on Eldritch Evolution. Let's play Gaddock Teague. Play Flicker Wisp. Reset the Prism. And now we're in pretty good shape. Opponent needs like a surprise wrath, I think. Opponent. Okay. Lightning Storms the Gaddock, sure. Huh. Well, we're still in pretty good shape. Spaghetti, so I've had spaghetti pizza before, and it's actually kind of good. Yeah, on life. Alright. Ooh, Abrupt Decay. Well, go to combat. Attack, hit ya. Down to 10. I think we just try to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's Eldritch Evolution, Wall of Blossoms. Get Eternal Witness. Get back Gaddock Teague. And opponent scoops it up. They see the Teague returning, and that went much better. That went much, much better. What is... In your opinion, what is the worst pizza? I actually think spaghetti pizza is good. I've never had mac and cheese pizza. I've heard people say it's good, and I do like mac and cheese and pizza, so mashing them together is probably good. Broccoli and cauliflower, not together on pizza, not separate on nothing, just no. No to both. I can't think of any green things that I enjoy eating. I don't know if there's any. So that excludes like pretty much all vegetables. So yeah, it's not vegetables. It's the color green, and it just happens that they're all vegetables. Green. Okay, green grapes are fine. That's true. Not a big peppers fan. I don't know. Meh on peppers. Broccoli is disgusting. Green onions. I don't know if I've ever had green onions. Oh, well, that's kind of cheating. That's artificial green. People are just describing the buffet as CCs. Yeah, I think they are. Oh no, it's Destructor. So it's not happening yet. So there's actually going to be like a website, I believe, if I'm understanding the plan for all this, which Tanos and Zach are doing a lot of the work on. If I'm understanding most of it, I believe there's actually going to be like a website will have that people can vote on. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But that's not up yet. That'll be when we get when we get closer to the actual stream. Avocados. I don't know what the big deal is about avocados. I know people apparently like avocados, but I don't get the hype. Have they opened up my county yet? Sort of. It is opening up. I think it's like officially, I don't know. New York has all these stages and stuff. But we are in like the process of reopening, but there's still a bunch of restrictions, mass and social distancing, that type of stuff. So in progress. But yes, started to open up compared to where it was before. Thankfully, like the county where I live is one of the counties in New York that has like the least amount of COVID cases. So I mean, obviously, every place has a potential of like getting sick. But as far as being in New York, I think probably live in one of the safest places. Opening bars on Friday. Well, I mean, you gotta drink somewhere, I guess. I don't. It'll be very interesting to see if anyone actually goes out. That's kind of the thing about all this reopening stuff is you can reopen whatever you want, but if people just don't feel safe to go out or in being groups of people, it's no one's gonna do it anyway. Just because a place is open, there's lots of places that are open all the time, like not recently, but like for my whole life that have been open for years that I've never went to. So just because you're open doesn't necessarily mean people are gonna go there. It's I guess that kind of correlates with making bad decisions sometimes. So that's probably true. That yes, the drunk people will probably be more likely to take unnecessary risks, perhaps, or take risks. Kind of goes with the territory, I guess, of drinking. Um, yeah, let's just take Unlife. Play Birds. A little nervous about this mana, but our opponent doesn't have the actual combo at the moment. Abzan, ooh, I really like Snap Deck. But now people are legitimately concerned about going out or going to work, can be denied support if they get fired. Ugh. Yeah, that's definitely that's definitely not ideal. It's so weird, like the whole pandemic stuff. It's something that I don't think has happened in. I was like talking to my grandfather who's in his 70s, and he couldn't remember anything happening like this in his lifetime. So it's definitely very uncharted territory for sure. It's yeah. I mean, I guess if there's good news here in New York, it is that all of the like social distancing and stuff that we've done seems to actually be having a positive effect, and it has helped. So there seems to be at least like anecdotal evidence, and like all the scientists are saying the same thing that like there are ways of helping improve the situation, and it seems like that's actually happened here because it has gotten way better in New York. Even though I'm not living in like the hardest hit area of New York, one of the lightest hit areas of New York, still like it definitely has improved in New York a ton thanks to all the efforts that people have taken. Yeah, I was watching a a random documentary a little while ago about the bubonic plague. Wow, and that kind of put this whole COVID thing into a little bit of context for me because I could definitely see why it was such a big deal because when you look at it, you're like, oh, whatever. Like, we have diseases all the time, but I've never lived through a pandemic. Like, it's hard to understand what that even means for our entire generation, I think, and even like our parents' generation and stuff, because it's just not something we've ever dealt with. But watching a documentary about the bubonic plague definitely put things in perspective, because that was a pandemic and that killed 75% of people in Europe or something. Just like it's really insane, like how bad stuff like this can get, and we've just never lived through or experienced anything like it. Not that an opponent scoops it up. All right, we're back on the winning track. Not that the death rate is as high with COVID or anything, but it's still extremely just like really scary and frightening. Like it definitely is one of those things that reminds you how small we are. And in some ways it's a good reminder. Like sometimes as humans, I think we get a little cocky, and we think we just like rule the universe. And something like a pandemic is a good reminder that we definitely don't, and that yeah, that no matter how many like awesome advances we make, eh? Jonica, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Yes, good point, Spikes Cafe. I don't know if we got on that topic anyway. Anyway, so we're up to 2-2, which is pretty good. We got our win there. A quick reminder before our next round that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the stream. All right, so let's see if we can actually feed the kids. So far we've been playing fair magic, and we've been kind of getting there, I think. Next person who gives a donation, I will give them a Korea pre-release code we got. Ooh, that's awesome, Destructor. Thank you. That's super sweet. Thank you. So what are you hoping for in Core Set 2021? Seth, I want to tell you that your challenge is broken because Incubation Druid, Boros Companion, White Aura for infinite mana, then this blue 7-mana wizards are return to insert sorceries, blue mythos, back to boats, infect copy of permanent, then example grazer with any aura, then you can combo. You can put in a 1,000-year storm. So now in standard you can do pretty anything. That's not ideal. Yeah, I've seen a few people send me. All right, more lures is send me examples of combos where you can go pretty infinite with them. Oh, please no 3-mana Teferi reprint. I don't think wizards would do that. Mishra's Bobble. I mean, I think we're going to get a bunch of Teferis, but I don't think they'll be reprints. All right, so Luris doing Luris things, getting set up for the card draw. Jund, maybe? Jund Luris. Ooh, let me see the Jester. 2-mana. I mean, they got to do something. I feel like in this current era of push cards, they got to make you can't make a Teferi set with current design philosophy and not have a push Teferi. What exactly it looks like, I don't know, but there's going to be something. Ooh, Disruptive Student reprint. I really hope we get sweet reprints. That's probably my biggest request, honestly. I like it when core sets have a lot of reprints and good reprints. Like, I like top tier reprints that show up in core sets and show up in actual standard decks. What were our best reprints last time? I kind of actually want to look at this now. I'm trying to remember. In core set 2020, did we get any like really impactful reprints? There were no reprinted mythics. It feels like core set 2020 was mostly so the ley lines, I guess. Ley lines, Grafdigger's Cage. Those were meaningful reprints. Maybe not super flashy, but they're definitely nuts and bolts cards that I'm glad were reprinted in the format. Other than that, was there Steel Overseer? That's a decent reprint. But there aren't a ton by number, are there? So I want more reprints. I'm down with more. Scapeshift, that was... Oh, is Scapeshift still in standard? Or was that 2 core sets ago? All right, opponent steals a Rhino, passes, draws a card. Opponent's already cast like 10 spells before we get to play our first land. All right, Temple Garden, go. Yeah, that was 2019, I think. But that is an example of a good reprint. Hey, Destructor! Thanks so much for swinging by. Have a good night. We will be back on Thursday. All right, Grim Flare. Oh, Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Forest. And wall 1. Draw a card. And land is good. We might be in decent shape. Opponent's trying to play a fair deck, and our deck should be the bane of fair decks. We should just be able to go super over the top. Oh, Manamorphose definitely needs a reprinting. I don't know if Manamorphose is going to be reprinted in... Oh, no! Oh, okay. So this is actually way worse. I was not expecting our opponent to just have double Grim Flayer draw. Like, that... Double Grim Flayers, already 4/4, setting up the top of the deck... That's bad. That's very bad. We might be losing now. We can't even kill it with Oath of Gaia. Like, this is a disaster. Opponent leaves every card on top of their deck. Oh, no. Okay. Not looking good. Well, play Wall of Blossoms. And they have Trample, so we can't block an Ephemerate. Play the land past the turn. Oh! One good Grim Flare would have been fine. 2, that's a little sketchy. Phasing. I don't know about phasing. Phasing's not a great mechanic, I don't think. Opponent goes attacking. Do we throw our wall away? Well, I guess we just have to path and take the hit from 1. I don't like letting our opponent set up the top of their deck, but I don't know what else we can do. Manamorphose definitely needs a reprint, but I don't think it'll be in standard. Oh, no, go for it, Thomas. That would be amazing if you want to drop some codes in chat. Oh, Teferi's protection is probably very much too good for standard, and modern, and pioneer. So that seems unlikely to me. I do think we'll see random Teferi cards. I don't know what good ones are available though. There's like the old ones that have phasing. There's Teferi's protection, which is just absolutely busted. Maybe it'll just be new Teferi cards, but I do expect, kind of like Chandra got, like Chandra's Embercat, Chandra's whatever last core set. Puzzle Box might be fine. Although, it's probably not fine with Narset still in the format at the moment. If Narset had rotated, it would probably be fine. Maelstrom Pulse. Interesting. Well, play Birds of Paradise. Temple Garden, untapped. Eldritch Evolution, Birds of Paradise. Eternal Witness. For Path to Exile. And pass the turn. Oh, opponent's gotten in so many flare hits, though. Opponent. Oh, what else do they got? 2 cards in hand, plus the lures to draw more, goes to combat. Gets it. We're finally, I think, going to get rid of these Grim Flayers that are wrecking us. Ooh, some codes in chat. But 3 of the cycling commander decks for the counterspell, probably a good financial investment. The counterspell's pretty expensive. And I think that's also the... Ooh, Teferi's Daughter Planeswalker would be sweet. Nimbaya? Something like that. Rotation doesn't happen until September. So we'd have both in the format for a few months. And those few months would probably not be super fun. That's a combo that has been good enough to see play in older formats. Opponent's just sniping all of our stuff. Are they going to run out their Luris? All right, there's a Luris. That's fine. So opponent plays a Luris. They get the bobble. They get to draw an extra card. Well, we get to get rid of the Grim Flayer. Okay, a Siege Rhino would be great. Anything that generates value. We got the Arion. Just any of our enter the battlefield creatures are good. So opponent goes up to 2 cards. That's a Noble Hierarch. Well, Marsh Flats crack it. Down to 4. Grab a Swamp. Run out Oath of Kaya. Get rid of this Luris. This time we got to deal with it. So Luris is not going to take over this game. Play a Noble Hierarch. Pass the turn. All right, something to go with Yarion. Please, please, please. Oh, awesome, Archburglar Lord. Yeah, the giving away codes are super, super awesome. Thank you so much, both of you. Opponent. Oh, come on now. Just kidding about the answering Luris thing. Hex Drinker. Oh. Luris is so broken. Oh my goodness. So Luris, yeah, I mean, it looks like Hexbringer wins the game now. Oh, Wizards. So opponent rebuilds their board. They're going to have a protection from everything that we can't deal with. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Yeah, we don't have a way to deal with this Hex Drinker that our opponent was able to lure us into play. Well, so we get to blink stuff. We get to kill Luris again for the second time in 2 turns. But how do you beat a protection from anything? Everything? I don't think we do. We draw more Noble Hierarchs. Yeah, the second Luris got us. Spoiler Caesar should start either the 1st of June or a week after that. So 2 to 3 weeks. Well, we're taking 6 here. And we're taking 6 every turn for the rest of the game. Yep. Okay, opponent finds a Fatal Push. Gets in, hits us. So we go to 4. We untap. Maybe we can win the race. So we get to play Wall of Omens. Draw a card. It's a land. Play Noble Hierarch. Play a land. Go to combat. Hit with Yarion for 6. Wow, this is a ridiculously close game. So we hit our opponent. Down to 6. Ephemerate. Blink Yarion. Blinks. Well, hopefully our opponent doesn't have anything that deals damage. We get it back. Hit our opponent to 3, go to 7. Draw a land. So opponent can hit us to 1? Opponent cracks, draws a card. Yeah, this ended up being ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. I think Jumpstart spoilers are coming after Core Set 2021 Ponent Desperation Cracks. They pushed back the release date. So I think it's going to be Core Set 2021 and then Jumpstart. But who knows? Who knows how they'll do spoilers? They did it. Are Ponent cracking again? All right, Ponent's digging as deep as possible. Are we going to win this at one life? Through double Luris? Ultimate Hex Striker? Maybe? Maybe? Come on. Come on, Magic Gods. Ponent hits us to 1 point of life. And Oppo scoops it up. Whoo! My goodness, that was a close game. Wow, that was close. Dr. Pizzecker, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Yeah, fetch and die. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. So, scavenging goes in. That might be it, honestly. No. Probably no. No. Lavinia might be okay. Bring in the Lavinia. Bring in the Scavenging Ooze. I mean, that worked. We ground them out. Just barely. And our opponent actually had a pretty good hand. They had the double Grim Flayer beating us down, and we still got there. Hey, what's up, dear Michelle? How are you? Hello. Any chance for Mo-Mir tonight could boot up Moto? Maybe Tiki Man. I'm not. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for the end of the stream. It would probably be either, I guess, play a game or two of Mo-Mir or jump over and play a bit of Standard. Those would be the two options. We might be feeding the kids. It's gonna be close. Hammer time is coming. We will be hammer timing before long. I can promise you that. Ishkana Traverse. I don't think we have enough Delirium stuff to turn it on. I think that's a concern. We need more graveyard stuff to actually be able to traverse in Ishkana. Hey, see ya, Janky. Thanks for hanging out. Do you think it could be possible or interesting to play Zerta in a Living End Crashing Footfall deck? Maybe. Most of your stuff would have cycling. Yeah, I mean, I guess you probably could make it work. I'm trying to think of what you would be missing, but it seems like it could work. Yeah, the problem with starting something like Pauper or whatnot is just that by the time we finish our league, we'll probably have time to do like a couple of matches in the stream. So it's not a whole lot of time to like get into a full league of a new deck. On Arena, you can just kind of like play game after game, but it's a little bit more awkward on Moto. So that is kind of the challenge. All right, well, if we win this one, we fed the kids, possibly. Was watching The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra. Ooh, that's cool. We will keep. Yeah, streaming more could be fun. I think the main thing is I just do so much other stuff. That is the challenging part. Is just finding the time for more streaming. Like today, we've only been streaming for like 3 hours, but I've been doing magic content stuff, writing articles and deck decks and videos and all that stuff for like 14 hours now, something like that. So even though we've only been streaming for a couple of hours, that is the challenging part, is when you add it with everything else, ends up being a long day to just like go a bunch more hours. Uh, it's nice to see Hex Drinker be a tier 1 card for once. Yeah, it is. It is cool to see Hex Drinker actually doing things. And we might actually get to see Panharmonica in this game. It seems like there's a chance. All right, opponent has the Grim Flayer. Yeah, I think there will be more Tomer videos at some point. That is the hope, at least. The plan. Tomer's still doing a lot of editing stuff he's getting used to. So 14 hours just today. I mean, like, I got food in between there. Like, dinner, I had dinner, so not like 14 hours straight, but I think, yeah, it's like 8 o'clock at night, and then I probably started doing stuff at like 6:30 this morning or so. So, for the most part. Ooh, Yarian's a great opening for your release kit, Paps. Yarian is definitely one of the most powerful cards in the set. You will get some use out of it somewhere. Assuming assuming they don't ban them all. As long as they don't ban them all, you're good. Yeah, let's just planes, and I feel like we need to get a blocker out. Eternal Witness, get back a random land for no real value, but get a blocker for this Grim Flayer and Hex Drinker. Pass the turn. Hey, thank you, Zephyr Cake, for the cheer. I made an Abzan Mutate deck for your viewing pleasure and was hoping to get your opinion of it. Ooh, well, thank you so much for the cheer. Abzan Mutate. Ooh, Snapdack action. I really like Snapdacks. We played Snapdacks yesterday for the stream, and I was really impressed with how good it was. I like the Season of Growth idea too. I mean, that looks super fun. I like Season of Growth. You got some removal. Auspicious Derricks is definitely powerful. I haven't really seen. I've seen this style of deck, but I definitely have not seen it primarily in white, rather than being like blue green, or green blue rather. So that's definitely a cool idea. I like it. Mech Jod, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Ooh, did you get a Dog of Myth? Did you get a comic book art one or a normal art one? Hey, Steve Sully Cell. We will be back on Thursday for some more streaming. So have a wonderful evening. Well, let's crack. And I think we actually have to. I would like to Panharmonicon, but I think we have to flicker, unfortunately. So we can grab a white, white. So if we get a swamp, white, white. All right, get a swamp. I think we have to flicker this Hex Drinker just to reset the counters. So Flicker Wisp, Blink You, Noble Hierarch. Next turn, if we can close out this game with a Panharmonicon and feed the kids, that would be the dream. That would be the absolute dream. Yeah, I feel like, well, no. I feel like it's just, well, yeah, I guess we could have waited one more turn. Yeah, I think it's fine just to get rid of it. It also gives us a clock. If there's a hard part about, the biggest hard part really about Panharmonicon and Modern is, it is tough to take off a turn. 4 mana, skip your turn. That is the tough part. It'd be nice if we could find a Siege Rhino or something else to go with Panharmonicon. Battle of the Woods would be a sweet addition to Historic. Oh, they also announced with Historic, we might play Historic on Thursday because they're getting the new anthology. But did you notice they had the state of the program for Arena today, and no more Historic anthologies this year. This is the last one of the year, but there's going to be like Amaket Remastered, Jumpstar, and other remix sets, they said, coming with a Pioneer focus. Is Historic fun yet? It's definitely improving. It's heading in the right direction, and people seem to be getting more interested in it, and I'm getting more interested in it as well. Hey, what's up, Publico? How are you? Hello, hello. I saw the podcast yesterday. Do you think that Luris Do you think that Luris is that bad if it makes things like burn a top deck in Modern? If burn is the best deck in the format seems healthy. Uh, is burn a healthy deck? That is a interesting question. I don't know if I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a slower combo deck than some combo decks. So I guess maybe in that sense there is some amount of healthiness. But I think the issue with Luris isn't so much that Burn is the top deck, but it's more that like Luris is in close to like 50% of decks or something. That is the concern with Luris. Not so much like Burn being good, but just that is a really insane metagame percentage. And then there's a little bit of context because it's like, oh, like there's different decks in there. Do you view all the Luris decks as being Luris decks, or are they separate archetypes where you just see Luris all the time? So that is the complicated part. But still, regardless, that is a lot of games. It really is close to every other game. You're going to see Luris, and you're going to see it in all of those games because it starts in the companion zone. So you definitely see Luris more than you've seen any single non-land card in the history of Modern. Like, whether that's good or bad, healthy, unhealthy, that's up for debate. But I think that is undebatable, that you see it more frequently than any single card in the history of the format. Let me know your opinion on Zenith Flare. Do you think dealing 7 damage or 10 and 20 in late game is and gaining that much life for 4 mana is completely broken? I think Zenith Flare is a strong card, but I don't think I don't find it really problematic. I think it's strong, but it comes with risk. Like, you need a bunch of cycling cards in your graveyard, so you're susceptible to graveyard hate. You're potentially susceptible to like counters and stuff like that. So I don't know. It doesn't feel. It doesn't feel that oppressive to me, honestly. So how do we do this? So we blink ooze. Blink a land. Sun Petal Grove. Yarion. Blink everything. End of turn. Get back our blades. Opponent gets back. Oh, we should have stacked this differently, I think, maybe. So get rid of Hex Drinker. Get rid of Yarion. Opponent gets back the ooze, we get back the plates. Pass the turn. Oh, all right, the loop is on. The loop is on. I mean, do you think the Zenith Flare is that broken? Is it actually that busted? Oh, I didn't really stop using Instagram. I'm still getting, I still will use it more. I'm still getting used to using it. Between Twitter and everything else, I just haven't put the time into it that I need to. But there will be more Instagramming. I haven't given up on it. A beard spy? Wait, Vince. Vince has the best beard. Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight. That is proven untrue by a YouTube video. If a YouTube video says something, it has to be true. I mean, that is an undeniable truth that our entire country runs on. So I mean, I think I think at this point there's not even a debate. Like, is there even a debate about the beards anymore? I think it's over. It's done. uh, Cheez-Its or chips? Chips over Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its they're fine, but I think chips are better. All right, so stuff returns. Yarion. Blink Flicker Wisp. Oh, come on, Rhino. Rhino, Oath of Kaya, one of those. Randy Strange Jr., welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, Eldritch Evolution. What does that get, though? One, two, three. Well, we will... Are we attacking with the Arion? Alright, go to combat. Bosses, this is actually really close again. Get in with Yarion. Hit our opponent for 6. You won't silence the truth. The Beard Ward will just never die. It'll never die. It was Commander's Quarters, I think, that did a video about the best beards in Magic, and the ranking went well for me, I will say. When was the last time I shaved? A long time ago. I have not been beardless in, I don't even know, several years, I guess. Let's just... Alright, let's be greedy. Wall of Omens, draw 2. Oh, Path, that's good. And... Oath of Kaya! That is also very good. Oh, that's exactly what we wanted. Oath of Kaya. Oh, yes! Yes! Give us that life! Get rid of that Luris! You die. We go up to 8. Sure, opponent's going to grow the ooze. That is acceptable. Yeah. Panharmonicon! Panharmonicon is going to pull this out. Play the Marsh Flats. End of turn. We get back Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp will exile a Scavenging Ooze. It will exile a Yarion. Keep the value train running. No ooze next turn. Pass the turn. Oh, we're good. Panharmonicon good. Oh, don't you just win if you sack Yarion for Rhino? I don't think we immediately win, do we? Opponent thought seizes. Well, alright. In that case, we will path. Oh, maybe we'd win. We could sack Yarion, get Rhino for 6. It would depend on if our opponent had any removal. If they could interact with our Rhino before Flicker Wisp came down, it wouldn't necessarily be lethal. But, I mean, drawing cards. Yeah, Panharmonicon only works with artifacts or creatures. No Oath of Kaya. It's not quite Yarok in that sense. Oh, they did have Fatal Push, too. All right, Flicker Wisp down. But Yarion's going to keep blinking. I think we're still good. Fair decks. Putting up the winning record, feeding the kids. Hopefully, vote it. Grim Filleyer, our nemesis. Sure, crack this. Thin the deck. Grab an Overgrown Tomb. Vote it. Came back to the stream. I'll give an Ikoria pre-release code next donation. Ooh, thank you, Destructor S. So I think I think we will do a game of Mo-Mir tonight. So if you're someone asking about firing up Mo-Mir, with this game taking a while, I don't think we're gonna jump over to Arena. I think we'll just do Mo-Mir, and then we'll play Arena on Thursday. Hey, what's up, the Harry? How are you? Because of the rotating guest commander clash, does that mean no viewer decks this season? Yes, it does mean no viewer decks this season. However, the guest season is going to be short. It is going to be maybe 10 episodes, somewhere in that range, like 9 or 10 episodes. So we're already like almost halfway through the season. So even though we aren't going to have any guest episodes, that's only a few more weeks, and then we will definitely have not guest episodes, but viewer submitted episodes next season, which should be starting around when M21 is out. So we're not that far away from the next season. Opponent gonna eat Flicker Wisp. Resto's not bad in hand. We get it back. We double trigger. We take down Scavenging Ooze. We draw Lavinia. Prismatic Omen. Okay. I mean, I think we're good. I think we got the Panharmonicon win. Any chance to get a viewer guest season? Maybe Archburglar Lord. Would that be something that would be interesting to all of you? Oh, let me see, Rickshaw. So the deck, when it was standard and once I sent the second was in standard, once in Pioneer. Can't imagine you would have buckets of fun looking at your opponent. Ooh, Monochrome Lock. Opponent's going to get in and hit us. Yeah, whatever. Sure, do your worst, Grim Flayer. That looks sweet. I do like Gideon's Intervention a lot in Pioneer. Does seem like, if you get the time to get going, it does seem like a good way to really lock down opponents. Opponent passing. Yeah, I think so. My guess is, as far as guest stuff, my guess is most likely moving forward. I know that next season is going to be a traditional Commander Clash season where we have a set cast each week. That was always the plan, was to do the guest season as a special like short episode thing, a short season, and then go back to doing a more normal season. So we always had that planned. Resto, Blink Wall of Omens. Blink Wall of Omens, attack, win, as long as our opponent doesn't draw a removal spell. Opponent's going to crack it. Desperation. Is it a fatal push? Did we get a treasure chest with Panharmonicons? Oh, all right. Well, opponent's staying alive. Just barely, maybe. So we blink Wall of Omens. We draw some cards. So that was always a plan, to do a short season and then go back to a more traditional season. So I think in the future that maybe if there's guest stuff, they will show up in the regular season. Just like when someone needs a week off, have a guest now and then. But yeah, we're planning on going back to a normal season. Oh, I guess we cost ourselves a damage here, didn't we? We're planning on going back to a normal season next season. Well, hit our opponent. Yeah, we definitely cost ourselves a damage. Well, we punted. We're going to show it off anyway. Play the Noble Hierarch. Play the Forest. Pass the turn. Leave up path. Leave up defense. Can our opponent top deck their way out of it? We got 2 lethal flyers. We have the Panharmonicon. We have a removal spell if we need it. Opponent casts Nile Spout Bomb. Gonna respin. See if they can hit something. I feel the 3-2. I feel the Panharmonica 3-2. Siege Rhinos. The only thing that would make it better is if we just top decked a Rhino to close it out. That would be perfect. Opponent draws cards, goes to combat, swings. Okay. We block. And an opponent gives us the GGs, and we got there. We got there with yeah, Lavinia shuts down the snake. We got there with Panharmonicons. We get the 3-2. We lost to the unfair decks. We beat the other fair decks. We get a treasure chest. I think overall the deck's not bad. Panharmonicon was good that last game. The loop is more effective than I thought. That's probably the coolest part of this deck, is just like Yarion looping Oath and Siege Rhino, then it resets itself with like Flicker Wisp or Restoration Angel, so then you get back Siege Rhino and you get back Oath of Kaya. So you do have this weird kind of Eerie Interlude loop that we had set up before with like Eerie Interlude and Eternal Witness, but Yarion just does that from the command zone, so I really like the idea of this deck. It is true that we struggle with unfair decks. If our opponent Cord could be good in this deck. Awesome, dude, for the 44th month, closing out on 4 years. That is insane awesome, dude. Hope you're doing well as well. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Have you seen anyone play your Modern Song deck? I haven't played too much Modern since that went up, but I have not run into it yet. Well, let's open our treasure chest. We have a single treasure chest. So I feel like we're good at grinding with the fair decks for the most part. Unfair decks can be a problem. We have a big deck, we don't have that much interaction, and our value loop, while very good against fair decks, we're just like sniping down their stuff and gaining life, not as good if our opponent's comboing off on turn 2 or something, but seems like a fairly competitive deck. No Veil of Summer in the deck. There could be. I don't know what we cut for it, though. Our unfair plan is Thoughtseize and Ashiok, and that eats up a lot of sideboard slots. We have Yarion, so it just does not leave many sideboard slots left over. We could try to squeeze it in somewhere. That's a hard one just to squeeze in, though. Well, what do we get in our one chest? Ooh, full art Yumori. All right, that probably has a little bit of value at least, I would assume. And I do kind of like the full art cards. They're not bad. All right, decent chest. Yumori, what is the price on Yumori? And we just played Yumori. If you want to see Yumori in action, you can find it over on the YouTube channel. We played 5-color Yumori one. That deck was actually pretty sweet. 72 cents, so not that valuable. The promo's 72 cents. Actual copy is like a cent. Do you think your Sorin deck that went 5-0 some years ago would have any chance in today's Modern? I would imagine it's a little worse today at least. I think it could still win some games, but can I get my pre-release code to a mod? Next Dono gets it. Yes, if any mods around, go for that Destructor X, or you can send it to me if no one's around. All right, so I don't think we have time to switch over to Arena. We don't have time to do another league. But what we do have time for tonight is a game of Mo-Mir. So if you've been waiting to play me in a game of Mo-Mir, and I know at least one person was. I don't remember the username, but send me the challenge, and we can get in the game of Mo-Mir you've been waiting for. And then, what do you think, chat? Question about Thursday's stream. Thursday, we will have Historic Anthologies 3. I've started to become a little more excited about playing Historic. How do you feel about Historic? Like, if we do some Historic with the new Historic Anthology cards, does that appeal to you at all? I've reached the point where I've started to come around on the format. I don't think it hasn't reached the point where it's going to be played at the level of like Standard and Modern, the two formats I play the most. But it's getting to be more cards. It's getting to be to the point where it's getting fun new cards. I think there could be some cool brews. So it could, yeah. I would want to. What is historic? Let's look up historic anthologies. That could be something. Still, if you want a Mo-Mir, send me a challenge while you're waiting. So historic anthology is releasing on. All right, Aaron is Nez. I got you. Let me pull up these cards real quick. So the reason I'm interested in playing on Thursday is we're getting historic anthologies, which means these new cards are coming in the format. So if there's any of these in specific, I mean, if we want to go really janky, like really janky, we could build Hondens. That was an old against the odds deck. There's now Maze's End, which would probably just be a busted ramp deck with Golos and Ulamog, but we could win it with Maze's End. Momentary Blink is a card I really like. That's just like a good blink card. I don't know. My theory is that Flashback is returning in Core Set 2021, and that's why I have all these Flashback cards. Otherwise, I don't know why they're all there. Obliterator, we can play Mono Black Devotion, we can play Reanimation with Burial Rites, Tempered Steel Aggro, Artifacts, so we can do something. A Chroma's Memorial could do some cool stuff, so I think we could do something that's kind of like spicy and different. Gem Palms could do Zombies or Goblin Tribal. Hondids are cool. I mean, Hondids are going to be, they will not be super powerful. Like, keep that in mind. That would definitely be kind of an against the odds style stream where we'd be hoping to do something cool a couple of times, but it would be really sweet. Artifact toolbox thing. Yeah, Enchantress could be fun to revisit. Enchantress has a lot of good tools, and Enchantress's presence is a really good Enchantress effect. Like, that's one of the Enchantress effects that sees play all the way back to Legacy. We are playing some Mo-Mir, by the way, which, if you're not familiar with the Mo-Mir format, this is a format that we use to wrap up our stream sometimes. Mo-Mir is the randomest format in Magic. You might know it. They've started to do it occasionally on Arena, but basically, your deck is all basic lands. You start with 7 cards, just like normal. And then you get this Mo-Mir avatar. And what the Mo-Mir avatar does is lets you, one time each turn, pay X, discard a card, and you get a token that's a copy of a random creature of that converted mana cost. For example, our opponent is paying 2 mana. They're discarding a basic land, because that's their entire deck. They're getting a random 2-drop. That random 2-drop is Protein Thaumaturge. Constellation becomes a copy of stuff. We got a Stony Book Angler, which actually is probably better than Thaumaturge. Tapping something could be relevant in the late game. So that's Mo-Mir if you've never seen it. Honden Enchantress, that might be the way to build Enchantress, actually. Maybe we gotta skip this, don't we? Ugh, yeah, we gotta skip this drop. Alright, you're going about it. And you can see crazy old cards. I wish there was a hover overlay too. I will try to do my best to pop up cards. I never think of it, but I'll try to think of it now with the weird Mo-Mir cards. Ponent, 3-drop, Tower Drake, Middle Ravnica. Now we have 3 of them. How many times do you think we can return to the same plane? Like, how many times do you actually think that can happen? Can we go to Ravnica like 5 times, 10 times? Do you think we'll be looking back at Magic sets in like 20 years and we'll be on like, I don't know, Ravnica 7 or something? Never skips. Ooh, drawing a card's good, and flyers are good, and this shuts down the Tower Drake. That's not bad. Muse Drake, better than Tower Drake, apparently. Magic needs a soft reboot. I wouldn't mind going back to Dominaria again. Return to Homelands. Ravnica 10 Electric Boogaloo. I mean, it does feel like... So we're, doing a return of sets? Roughly half of sets now? So we're either going to... Opponent gets a Sabertooth. Mostly just a 4-3. Bouncing, not very good with tokens. Please no more Ravnica for a long time. I think we're going to return to Kamigawa. I do. In a world where we only have to go for 1 set, I think it's going to happen. We're going to go full on Kaleidoscope against my better judgment. Hopefully Verimin's here when we lose to a Landwalk ability. Okay. I mean, we're hitting lots of flyers, and we're amassing Eternal Skylord. 3/3 flyer comes along with a zombie army. Well, hit you. Get in with the air attack. Hey, what's up, Dreddy? How are you? What do you think of the Arena Open? How many of you are playing the Arena Open? How many of you even heard of the Arena Open? I'm genuinely curious. I'm genuinely curious what people think about it. It's gonna happen, Verimat. Back to Mercadia would be sweet. Actually, Mercadia might be the worst draft set of all time. You might go for it. Ah, yeah, that's kind of my sticking point too. I mean, I don't play that many tournaments anyway, but best of one is a turnoff for me. Although I guess it would be quick. The price isn't. The price is what, like $20 roughly of gold or gems, and then if you make day two and win a single match, you get your money back, and you could win real money. Although 7-2 in best of one, I know. I know it's gonna make me salty. So, Wizards announced for the first time ever, opponent gets a Greater Forgeling, just a ground pumpy thing. So, Wizards announced for the first time ever, I believe it's not this weekend, but next weekend, they're doing real money, a real money arena tournament where you pay. Oh, this is just Mo-Mir, Benny. We finished our league, so we're doing a match of Mo-Mir to wrap things up tonight. So it's $20 to enter. It's 2 days. Day one is best of one, and you need to go 7-2 to make day two. However, there's a twist in that you can rebuy. So if you go 0-3, 6-3, and you want another shot, you can pay another $20, go again to try to get 7 wins to get to day two. You can't really get your money back from day one. I think the max, I'm trying to remember. The max is like 1,800 or 1,500 gems. If you make it to day two, though, and you win a single match, you'll get your $20 back. And if you can get up to, I believe it's 7 or 8 wins on day two, which switches to best of three, then you can win up to $2,000 cash, like actual US dollars, not even in-game currency. Yeah, the best of one variance is the sticking point for me. Like the $20, be able to win money, like that all seems fine to me. I know I will be frustrated if I spend $20 and lose 3 die rolls in best of one. I'm gonna be so frustrated. So we'll see. Hey, what's up, Waglu? How are you? But it's definitely awesome that they're bringing these kind of tournaments to Arena. Do you think that the Jeskai cycling deck that you did a deck tech on has legs in Pioneer? I think it might. I've actually played against it since I recorded the deck tech, just recording other stuff, and it seems reasonably functional. Is it better than a more traditional, like, Planeswalker control deck? I don't know, but you have good threats. You have good finishers. So the deck felt, when I saw it in action, it felt like it was decent. My only question, like I said, would be, is it actually... Oh, my God. Woo! All right. Tajana. Yes. Give us those cards. If only we had a Panharmonicon. Wow, that is the best. You know, yeah, let's just pass. We're gonna win the long game here. Oh, I don't know if I've ever got a Tushana like that. Yeah, online gambling is a question. I don't know how that works, but there's lots of online games that like pay out real money, right? Or no? Like it seems like there are. Just finished the Goldfish podcast this week. Totally agree with your statement that Wizards is basically waiting to sell packs of Ikoria before they do something more with companions. Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure if that was too cynical of a take, but that is how the BNR announcement read to me, like reading between the lines, but I don't know if that was just a too cynical of a way to look at it. Well, we get to get up to Emrakul if the game goes long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, make an 8. Hague Flayer's actually decent. Can shoot down some of our creatures potentially. If our opponent, oh my goodness, oh wow, oh yes. Well, we had two really good hits in a row. Oh, oh, sorry, opponent. Sorry. Yeah, that is most likely game now. I don't even know if it matters what we do now. Get in with the Skylord. We just got to deal damage and close this out. We got the mana, we got the creatures, we got the cards. Yeah, that is brutal. I mean, it does feel like that's kind of what happened with Oko. Like it could have been banned earlier, and there was some people saying that about Hagek as well. So, ugh. But is that just too cynical? Like, what other? I don't know. But I still think that stuff will, at least more stuff will change with companions. Like, I can't imagine that Lurrus is going to remain legal in Legacy. And the fact that, or remain legal in Modern. And the fact that Wizards, and Mark Rose, oh, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. Wow, opponent's got to, like, spin threes and try to hit a Deceiver Exarch. Hey, player, copy. Goes to Gobbat. I mean, and I don't even know, like, I don't even know that's a bad thing, quote unquote. Like, it's, or an unexpected thing. Let's put it that way. Like, you're a business. That's what you do. Like, your number one goal is to make money. that is capitalism. That's just how it works. So I don't even think it's like, when I say that, like, as a player's perspective, it's like, I wish they were banned sooner. Like, I wish there was more forceful action. But at the same time, in some sense, you can't blame them because as a corporation, that is their number one goal. So if that is what's going on, I don't even know if you can really be all that upset about it. Honestly, that is a concern. Yeah, that some choices recently have seemed to have focused more on short-term profits rather than long-term stability. So I think that is a concern. Artisan of Kozilek's pretty decent. Only annihilates for 2, but opponent's already down so many lands. I think our opponent actually probably should be spinning 3s or 4s to try to hit a combo piece. I guess it's got to be Deceiver Exarch. Resto doesn't do it. Darkwing Duck for the 6th month. Welcome back to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. I'm not a fan of blocking this, but okay. We'll get to Emrakul eventually. I don't think the companions will be banned in standard. Maybe Yarion if any is, just because Yarion has been looking pretty dominant in recent data, but I would not expect companions to be mass banned in standard. Pioneer, possibly. Modern, I think there will certainly be at least some bannings, and I don't think it's out of the question to see a pretty big change. Yeah, Pestermite, Deceiver Exarch, I think that's got to be our opponent's plan. I don't know how else they win. If the game goes long. I think they gotta try to combo. I actually want our opponent to do it because I've never seen anyone hit Kiki combo in Mo-Mir. It would be spectacular if you randomly got Kiki Jiki and the other combo piece. That would be so sweet. I will accept the laws if our opponent can do it. Also, I am excited for Cube coming to Arena. They actually announced, so they had the Cube sealed. Cube sealed is just not a fun format, in my opinion. Not fun for me, at least. But Cube drafts are coming in the near future, and Cube drafting is about as fun as a format could be. Like, if I could do one format of Magic for the rest of my life, it would probably be Vintage Cube. So I'm definitely hyped for Cube drafts coming to Arena. We will definitely do a Cube draft on stream because Cube draft it's just a really fun format. Opponent gonna get pithy and drilly. What do you think if they change the actual companion rule to, at the beginning of your draw phase, add this card to your hand instead of drawing it? So, like, you skip a draw and add a companion to your hand from exile or companion zone or whatever. Um, it would be power down compared to. Yeah, the calculator would be broken. The odds are so against it. It would be the least likely thing to ever happen in Mo-Mir to us, I think. We've thrown so many creatures away, blocking these ridiculous. Maybe we got to stop doing that. Maybe we're gonna lose if we keep doing that. Maybe we got to just take the damage. Ugh. All right. Combat. Attack. Opponent could also be using this defensively to make copies of stuff and block our stuff. That might be better than slamming it into us, but. Hey, Sea Archburglar Lord! We'll be back on Thursday for some arena action. Why Platinum Angel did they not see they could possibly go wrong? Has Platinum Angel been bad for Pioneer? Thank you, Locomic. I appreciate it. What do you think they'd... oh, okay. Yeah, I already got that question. Opponent, blocks, blocks, blocks. 3. So we can deal 12? Alright. I guess the Forgeling gets to live. We get a 6-12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. I mean, we're closing in on Emrakul territory. We will get there eventually. Discard a land. Metalwork clauses. Well, thank you, Elite. Cool version of Caleb. I'm gonna tell Caleb you said that. No, Caleb's awesome. We were on the same team in a Team Modern Super League, the Brew Crew, a little while ago. But I take that as a compliment. At this point, our deckyard still competitive. Or okay, are decks still competitive if they don't have a companion, or is everyone going to have de facto companions now? There are decks that are competitive without companions. I think there are most competitive decks have a companion. That we've already seen, but we have seen a few examples of decks that have been competitive, like Temur Reclamation in Standard. I'm guessing Caleb D because of the beard. How is Kenobi taken not being the best beard in Magic? I'm gonna hold that over Vince's head forever. But I think he's surviving. Vince is a trooper. Vince and his little beard. All right, what do we get here? Play a swamp. Almost to Evergold. We need one more land drop, and then we will finally close out this game. We probably could. Ooh, Galta. We probably could have done this. I feel a little bad. I feel like we could have probably been a lot more aggressive at some point, but I feel like there also hasn't really been a reason to be aggressive because we have all these cards and lands, so we know we're going to get to Emrakul anyway, and we blew up our opponent's lands, so there just wasn't any real reason for us to go crazy. Oh, we finished our Rhino League, and then we decided to wrap up with a game of Mo-Mir after we finished our league. Oh, that was a negative. Oh, it's negative. It's got 10 counters on it. I thought it was a 4-2. I missed the minus sign. I didn't realize it had 10 -1 counters on it. That hate flayer really did a number on that construct. Yeah, I did. I did get in there with the -4. Valdalkin Dismisser. That actually keeps our opponent alive temporarily. Especially since now we know that this construct doesn't have power. Although we are going to keep sending messages with it. Oh. Oh, that would be funny if you attacked with a negative power creature and the opponent gained life. I mean, I guess that would probably overpower things that are like target all creatures get -6, -0 until undeterred or whatever. Like that would probably make those really broken. So I understand why the rule is how it was, but that would be funny. Yeah, I'm actually working on a video. I consider myself a connoisseur of basic lands, but I'm actually working on a video about the best. I'm going to call it like cheap playing or something, but basically the best, in my opinion, obviously, since it's very subjective, but the best non-promo, so like regular set. We're going to keep getting in there. The best regular set basic land art. Give me your pick. Give me your pick, chat. And I'm going to do it by land type. So swamp, plains, island, mountain. Do you have any that really stick out to you as being the best? Oh no, this dismisser. Oh, that can even deal with Emrakul. Opponent did kind of get a combo. Oh my goodness, this is not over. This is not over at all. Wow. Oh man. I was not thinking about Dismisser Kiki. Zendikar Full Art Ways, Ice Age. Ice Age is so underrated. The non-snow covered Ice Age. That is a really good pick. I think those are some of the most underrated. Mirage is normally what I say is my favorite if you just go for the entire set. If I had to play one set's basics. 8th edition, okay. I like the white border choice. Invasion, Onslaught, those are another good era. Beta, so I don't know if I'm going to include beta or alpha, even though they do have some good land arts, just because of the price. I think the idea is going to be that it's like, oh, you can like make your decks look good on the cheap, I think is kind of the gimmick that I'm going for. So I might have to exclude alpha and beta for that reason, because I assume they're really expensive. Does it include full art? So full art, I think, is included, but only if it's a normal set. So unhinged, unglued, unsanctioned, those I'm not going to include. So like lands that are just printed in supplementals. Basically, lands that were printed in a non-supplemental set and a non-promo. And then full arts would be included in that context. Island number 2, yeah, that is a classic. Mirage is definitely great. 4th edition, huh? I have not heard too many 4th edition. That's the hardest part of doing the video by far. No, we went 3-2 actually. We fed the kids. Got him a little snack with Phanarmonicon. The hardest part by far is I personally have a pretty strong bias against new Borderlands and in favor of old Borderlands. Wow, Emrakul doesn't even do it either. Whoa. I think we gotta go back to making 8s. This lock actually... What a weird game of Mo-Mir. Our opponent's lock actually does... Oh, wait, they tapped... Our opponent's lock actually does... It beats both Emrakuls. Oh, this is so not good. Another Terastodon. Oh, we can put our opponent to 3 lands. Oh. we should probably blow up our lands and try to kill our opponent. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Tap you. Hit you. Wow, this ended up being ridiculous. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone had their lands put up down to 5 mana and actually stay in the game. The Kiki has been insane. It has been absolutely insane. You can only make 1 drop a turn. So since we made the Terastodon, that is one of the rules of Mo-Mir. You can only activate it once each turn. So since we already made the 8, we can't make a 6-2. We got the elephants. Elephants on parade. Boat it. Phyrexian Swarmlord. Probably one of the worst of the Infect creatures. I think this was the intro pack rare Infect creature back in New Phyrexia. Apparently Infect's going to return to standard. I don't know if that's good or bad. Rule of Law a while ago. Ooh, let me see. Destructor. Progenitus would be good. I think, do we just win here? Opponent gets 1 blocker, 2 blocker, 3 blocker, 4 blocker. And they bounce something. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess we should just tap again. Play the land. Alright. We'll make a 10 in case we can hit Progenitus, because that would be sweet. Alright, spin it to win it. Progenitus, Desolation Twin. Go to combat. Attack. This has become the grindiest game of Mo-Mir. Jeskai Rule of Law. That looks interesting, Destructor. Gotta slow the game down somehow. I actually, this week I tried to work on a Possibility Storm lock deck in Pioneer. And so I put together the deck, and I was kind of excited about it because it looked sweet. It was a budget deck, though, so we didn't have to ferry. I was thinking about doing it for budget Magic. So I put together the deck, and I was like, oh, this is going to be sweet. It was using Rule of Law in Possibility Storm for the lock. So I jump into the first game, and immediately, opponent plays to Fairy as soon as I play Possibility Storm, and I just got hard locked, and the opponent could still play spells, and then I realized that it might not be the right meta to actually play the lock at the moment. How many deck submissions do you get in a given week? It varies a little bit by week, but I think conservatively, like at least 100, and sometimes, especially around like set releases, hundreds. Like maybe 200 or 300 could be. It was probably like more the high end when everyone's like brewing decks during set release time. That's just the ones I get emailed that I can keep track of. If I actually was counting like all the ones that people send me in the stream and like on Twitter, I don't even know. Then it would probably be hundreds most weeks actually. But I just don't have a good way to keep track of like the ones I look at in streams or like someone sends me randomly in Twitter in a conversation. But I definitely look at a lot of decks. But it's cool because then we get to do like Fishbowl Thursday deck tags and do the fish tank. Wow, that was a game. That was a grindy Mo-Mir game. Whoo! Opponent put it by not making copy. Yeah, I think our opponent could have blocked. I don't know if it Would that have made a difference, though? Would that have actually shifted the math? Oh, did Marrow specify poison counters? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Maybe it's one of those tricky Mark Rosewater answers where when I heard poison counters, I just assumed infect because that's normally where poison counters come from, but perhaps it would be in another way. I guess that's possible. It could be one of those technically correct, but slightly tricky answers. Bone's gonna make it 2. Den Protector. Den Protector was pretty good when it was in Standard. The Morph decks back when... Oh, but Con Standard was pretty sweet. Am I just being, like, nostalgic and misremembering? Like, was Con Standard... Ooh, Bronzehide. Alright. Being indestructible is fine. Am I just being, like, nostalgic for no reason and misremembering, like, Con Standard? Or was Con Standard actually really sweet? How often do you do viewer-submitted commander clashes? So usually do a couple each season, although this season's weird because it's the short guest season. So, yeah, it's a cons kind of stream, apparently. It's a short guest season, so that has kind of thrown off the guest or the viewer episode thing for this season, but it'll return next season, and we will try to get to it early in next season because people like it and we like it. Oh, Geist. Well, that is some free damage at some point. That's 4 in the air. So yeah, we will try to make sure to get to it early in the season. Didn't play Con Standard, but I watched the Pro Tour recently and it looked great. Yeah, I can't remember. Like, people complain about every standard, no matter what. So I'm sure people complain about Con Standard. I definitely remember people complaining about Siege Rhino. Gideon took over after BFC. Do I respond to all of my deck submissions? So my goal, Jank for Life, is all of my email deck submissions I try to respond to. On the stream, I do what I can to look at decks. Twitter is hit or miss because stuff gets buried quickly and I get a lot of notifications. So there's not much I can do about it on Twitter. Nez Smith for the 41st month. Is the stream ending soon? Just got here. Cod Sitter was sweet. When I played it, I remember it being sweet, but I disliked the last couple of years of it. Well, welcome back, Nez Smith. Yeah, you're coming in at the end. We're just wrapping up with some Mo-Mir action, which, thanks to Haunted Troll, might be wrapping up even sooner. That's 4 flying power. Thank you, opponent. But yeah, so I make a really big effort, and usually I think respond to everyone who emails me a deck list. Except for Veribet. No, I know that sometimes stuff definitely slips through the cracks, especially during busy times. But that's my goal. Although I will tell you that a lot of times it is just a couple of sentences. I definitely don't have the time to like give full deck list like sideboarding options in a full article long critique of everyone's build. But I do try to make an effort to at least let you know that I saw your deck, and I appreciate you sending it to me, and hopefully, in some cases, a little bit beyond that as well. But yes, that's my goal anyway. Although, as Veriment mentioned, I do apparently fail at it sometimes. Could you DM me a deck list over Instagram? Yes! Although I don't check Instagram as frequently as other places, but if you DM me to it, I will figure out how to check my Instagram DMs, and I will look at it for sure. So yeah, do that. That'll get me to get back on Instagram, which I hadn't really used until recently. I've been figuring out. If you consider going to Legacy to play a combo deck, currently sideboard list. Ooh, Silent Scepter. Oh, this brings back memories. I don't know how many of you have heard this story about Apes of Wrath has some interesting art. I don't know how many of you have heard this story about when I first started playing Magic, but my introduction to Magic, playing Bound Accomplice, my introduction to Magic was playing these like multiplayer casual games. Just with the cards that we had, with a random casual play group. So I was playing like this janky mirrored in charge counter deck from with original mirrored in cards. That was my one deck, and had this friend that hadn't been playing Magic but used to play. Got his cards, comes over, is like, yeah, I'm gonna play with you guys, and showed up with with exactly what you're showing me here. Not the exact build, but it was Isogon Scepter Orbs Chantlock, which if you've never seen it, just stop someone from playing Magic, which was absolutely just the most brutally frustrating thing that I had no idea how to beat. And that made me it was so frustrating. So that was like my introduction to actually playing Magic. And then once I finally figured out how to beat that deck, he switched to a Stasis deck, and I got a education in getting Stasis locked as well. And it took me another few months to figure out how to beat a Stasis lock. So that's why I always feel like kids these days got it easy. The hate cards are not symmetrical. You can't accidentally click on your opponent's own things. There's no blood moons. There's no stasises. Like, you got it easy today. Back then, that's how you learned how to play Magic. Which is probably, actually, looking back on it, I think that's why I love like prison style decks today. Like, I think that even though at the time, I remember like being so angry, but I always kept coming back to like try to figure out how to beat it. But I think that's why I love decks like that today. Why I just love locking people out of the game. It like seeped into my infant Magic mind. Just like you're a little kid and you're learning stuff from your parents. I was just like first learning about Magic, and that playstyle seeped into my mind. And now I love Escape portal locking people and Blood Moon locking people, and like stuff like that it must have stuck with me for better or worse, but I assume that's what happened. Well, let's make a 4. Is it even worth playing off curve to kill stuff? It's gotta be. Alright, 5-2. Opponent's also playing off curve. This is another odd game. We're just playing like really weird games of really weird match of Mo-Mir. So would you play the deck? Ooh, it could be fun. I don't play too much Legacy, but it looks like it could be sweet. The problem is Lurrus is banned now, so it might have to be rebuilt a little bit to get around the Lurrus banning in Legacy. But I would definitely play Silence Chantlock because I have fond memories of getting locked out of the game from it. Yeah, Garuda's kind of become a thing in Legacy, which I guess is cool. Opponent gets in. Actually, that's a bad idea. Let's just block with this. If our opponent regenerates, then we finally get to kill this troll. Opponent does have 2 big flyers, though. Alright. So get rid of the troll. Eastern Paladin, doing things. Why does Historic Anthology 3 have the Haunted Cycle? I have no clue, Naz. I know they've been, like, supporting Enchantress because of Theros Beyond Death. I don't really know how those cards in specific are especially helpful to... Oh, alright, so attack, kill you. I don't know how those cards in specific are especially helpful to an Enchantress deck because they're just so bad. They also like to throw in like against odds cards that are just janky builds around. Like they have Hidasugu's second right, so it might just be that. But they're obviously not competitively playable by any stretch. For Cube, that makes sense. That could be a way to get in more cards for Cube. I played a little Magic in middle school, but was the only person to play with was my friend who was super spoiled and destroyed me every game. Stopped playing from 96 to 2016 or 97 to 2016. That is a long break. What made you come back, Jimmy, after all that time? Stonehorn Dignitary playing. Oh, yeah, Stonehorn Dignitary was definitely a fun card. Do you think that a $50 less deck could end up on Budget Magic? It would be a Golgari Reanimator, even though you made a budget episode on it last standard. But it was last standard, there was no 11-11 Trampler. I think that a Godzilla Trampler deck could end up on Budget Magic. I do. We'll take our beats. All right. Well, let's get a good 8. Let's hit a Crater Hoof and just end this thing. Cumulox. Well, Cumulox isn't that bad. At least it can actually block our opponent's flyers and trade. This is just going to come down to who hits... Oh, wait, is this putting a land into play each turn? Oh, yeah, we got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we're going to have to kill that. Yeah, that's insane. Hey, see ya, Peter Dude. Thanks for breaking out. Oh, that's super cool, Jimmy. Well, and now you're at the stream. I appreciate it. Why'd they go with Silent Departure over Think Twice or Forbidden Alchemy? I don't really understand the flashback cards. My speculation is, hey, what's up, Declared Bishop? Is that flashback's going to be returning? Maybe in Core Set 2021. But that's just random speculation. But yeah, I don't know. The flashback theme, it doesn't seem to like line up with anything in standard. So I don't know why they put flashback cards in the set at all, other than the random guess that it's coming up in a future set, and it'll make sense in the future. Golgari, your animator, looks like he could be fun. Ulamog's going to be busted, I think, in Historic. Sethro Jenkins! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for our new subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Cognivore! Ugh! And we can't attack because it's Avatar of Hope. Oh no, whiffing on an 8-drop is very bad. That is a big swing in the wrong direction. VoxJet for the 11th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soups here for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I keep calling partial victory for every game you've ever won. Ooh. Oh no, it has hexproof. I was going to say it's a green creature so we can kill it, but... Oh... Yeah, I think whiffing on that last 8-drop, that puts us in a rough spot. Things might be slipping away. Opponent gets in. All right, Dak, you got to make up. You got to make up for that whiff. We need a hoof. We need a hoof. Why do you only get the same lands? You can't play whatever lands you want. I just, Oh, why are we only playing mountains and swamps? Gotta avoid those. Ooh, Hellkite's not bad. Gotta avoid those negative landwalk abilities. Hellkite's decent. That's decent. Come on, more dragons. MTG is mothing. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you. Started playing again when the Dark came out. Ooh, old school. Oh, yeah, Dark was a good set. Oh, look at this art. The old school art, it's so classic. I want a master set with the old artists in this style of art. I think it would be so awesome. I mean, it's obviously not good cards, but you could put like this style of art on current cards or do it for a secret lair drop or something. Like, I think they would sell a lot of this if they made old border in old art. Oh, I think they would sell a lot to the nostalgia crowd. We'll block, trade off. Well, at least our opponent got a whiff, so now we're even. Although our opponent's whiff is, I guess, better than our whiff slightly. Well, 8-drop, spin it. I think our opponent's problem is they got to 9 mana, and 9 mana is normally just worse than 8. Get in with a Hellkite, make a dragon. Start playing in War of the Spark. Ooh, awesome. Relatively new. Well, you've definitely came to Magic in one of the most interesting times in the game for sure. I can't imagine being a new player in the past year. I wonder what is your impression of Magic in the Magic community, Colecco? Because I feel like the last year has been one of the weirdest years in all the time that I've been in the Magic community. Like, I feel like it's not always like this. Like, with lots of complaining and all these organized play changes and coverage changes and, like, so much stuff happened in the past year that it's easy to forget that for some people this is, like, it's just normal. Like, that is all the bannings. Yeah, that's another good point. Like, that's all you've ever known. Like, that's just it. But from my perspective, as someone who's been, like, doing content for a while and playing Magic even longer, it feels like, wow, the last year is just, like, a huge outlier. It's so weird compared to everything else. Take as Dragon. Man, this art is not that impressive. Flying, Trample, Rampage 4. Whenever it becomes blocked, it gets +4/+4 until end of turn for each creature blocking it beyond the first. So bad. 9 mana, 5/5. If you block it with 2 or more creatures, it gets bigger. Creatures were so bad back in the day. They were just so bad. There's like not even really much of a debate about it. They're just bad. Just straight up not good. Yeah, Rampage is a pretty not great mechanic, honestly. It only does anything if creature gets blocked by multiples. Alright, well, at least it's another flyer. Boy, this has been the longest game of Mo-Mir I've ever played, I think. Like, normally someone hits something big and just ends the game. This has been 2 incredibly grindy Mo-Mir games. The problem is with all the complaining, it's hard to tell what's serious and what's not. That, I think... Yes! Oh, opponent's got no luck. Opponent's got no luck at all. 2 Thing in the Deeps. Well, as long as our opponent keeps hitting Thing in the Deeps and we keep hitting real cards, I don't think our opponent read Rampage. Well, apologies, opponent, but yeah, Rampage, it doesn't work the way you're hoping. It only triggers if it's blocked beyond the first creature. I've done the same exact thing with Rampage. I have exactly the same. This isn't even a legend. The Thing from the Deep is not legendary. It's swallowing ships, but okay, there's a bunch of them. Okay. All right. Old school flavor. Slinvada. Well, at least it's not a Thing from the Deep. Telling our opponent that I've done the exact same thing with Rampage. It is an easy mistake to make. What happens if we attack with it? We attack here. Alright, let's just attack like that. Stay conservative. Could we have 1? Opponent blocks here. 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So opponent would have went to 1? Well, I guess if we attacked with everything. Block. Yeah, I think we actually did have lethal there. Well, hopefully we go unpunished for that. Spiny Moss, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Makes you cheer for you. Crawl Giant. Are there any good Rampage creatures? Thanks again for being truly amazing Magic Channel. Can I get a shout out for my 4-month-old Thalia? Oh, that is a great name. Well, Thalia, welcome to the stream, and congrats, Spiny Moss. That is awesome. Opponent. Fights a creature. Oh. Is this going to let our opponent back in this? Is this the never-ending Mo-Mir game? Okay. Wow, what a swing. Oh my goodness. Well, that's what we get for that's what we get for that's what we get for not going for lethal last turn. Wait, do we still win? 4, 5, 6. Ugh. We're still short. Couldn't that Altasaur have like done more than that? Just a Mindbender, not good. Alright, pass the turn. Oh my goodness. This game. Thank you for all the content. I usually see you on YouTube replays. Second time able to see your stream and was only able to catch the end. I'm in the Navy and my schedule's all screwed up. So thank you for being, for keeping me, my sanity. Well, Starmanity, thank you for your service and welcome to the stream. Glad to have you. Opponent's getting all the duplicates. A mockery of nature added to the list. Someday someone's going to hit something good. Like, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Where's our Crater Hoofs? Where's our I Win cards? Vote it. Passes. Well, make an 8-drop. Our 8-drop is... Oh, a horrible Eldrazi thing. It passed the turn. Oh, opponent makes a 9-drop. It is big soul shift thing. Body of Jakku. Soul shift is such a bad mechanic. Phage is 7. So no one's gonna get Phage at the moment. I'll take a flyer. Like, a flyer's fine. Oh, I'm regretting not attacking that turn when we probably could have won. Well, okay. That's not a flyer, but it's gonna keep us from dying. Not that that was a real concern with our opponent's Thing of the Deep tribal deck. Oh, this is Mo-Mir. We did our Modern League, and then we decided to wrap up with a game of Mo-Mir, but little did we know that the game of Mo-Mir was... Yes! Oh, opponent's getting... I bet our opponent wish they had some islands. Opponent's getting so many cards that do nothing. Opponent getting frisky. Well, actually, yeah. Trade Descendant Mindbender. Kill it off. It is the dark. Normally Mo-Mir games don't go this long, so you normally don't just see all these 9-drops, but also you normally don't see someone get 2 Thing in the Deeps and a Leviathan. Like, our opponent, yes, the Magic Gods are displeased. The Sea Gods are happy, though. Sanguine Praetor. Oh. We still actually can't close this game. These 9/9s are holding down the fort. We can hit for 6 of we just need any flyer. If we can hit any flyer, then we can close out the game in 1 attack. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But once we make that attack, We lose our Geist. Bringer of the White Dawn. Okay. Nothing to return. This might go to milling out. We don't have a 9-drop, though. Ooh. Wait, does that do it? We kill the Avatar, we lose half of our board? That might... That looks... So 4, 6... Alright, we'll make the Sporting 7. Just in case. If the Magic Gods want us to phage, we need to give them the opportunity. I guess we go Fairy? Oh, wait, that's just lethal then. Go to combat. Attack. So opponent blocks here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my goodness. Whoo! This was the grindiest game of Mo-Mir. Oh! It's below the fold! I can't, it doesn't say, if you have 3 or less creatures that cost 6 less, there's more words. There's more words. Oh. Okay. Well, I guess this works. Well, we get rid of the Avatar. Technically, we still have lethal for next turn. We pass the turn. Wow, this has been ridiculous. The problem is, if we Sanguine Praetor, we blow up all of our 8-drops too. So we lose Platinum Empyrean, Abundant Maw, Slinvoda. So I feel like after we could have done it before we made the attack. I just didn't think we needed to. I thought we had lethal through the blocker, but I was not remembering that Avatar of Hope could block any number of creatures. Bringer. Oh. All right. Well, we'll make a 7, and then I think we got there. The Dragon token and the Fairy token from that hunted troll a million hours ago. Watch us phage. Angelic Arbiter. All right. Go to combat. Swing. Wow. What a game. That was insane. That is one of the craziest Mo-Mir games I've ever played, I have to say. I mean, there were putts along the way, but good lord. I haven't played a Mo-Mir game that's went that long in a long time. Maybe in forever. That went for so long. Oh my god. And whoo! On that note, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. We went 3-2 with good, clean, fair Siege Rhino Panacon Magic. We played an insane Mo-Mir game, and we will be back. Let's see, less than 48 hours from now, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time to have some more fun. Historic, standard, probably playing an arena. So, Cicelin Fens, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that was an insane game, Tiki Man. That was so much fun. Thank you so much. So, quick reminders, replay YouTube, that's where you'd find the old stream, normal YouTube, content going up tonight from Crim. Tomorrow, there's a Tomer video, and then Against the Odds, a fun special episode tomorrow night. And one more reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com. Even grab a free Scoop Soldier sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Thank you to everyone. Jimmy and Iron Dad the Best and Zaldazak and everyone who's been hanging out tonight. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all. Have a wonderful Tuesday night. Have a wonderful Wednesday. We'll be back on Thursday to have some more fun. So I hope to see you all then. Yeah, have a great middle of the week. I'll see you on Thursday, and I will talk to you soon.